What is up, everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode of Pop Culture Corner Nightly. We are so excited for you guys to be here with us. Don't forget, guys, it means the absolute world to us if you like, share, subscribe. Just let everybody know about this video. Let everybody know about this channel. Let everybody know where you come to get your news for pop culture. And tonight, welcome to an episode of Pop Culture Corner Nightly.
What is up? Oh, we're in the wrong. We're in the wrong spot.
Oh no! I guess we'll go with this.
Yeah,
way,
we're in the wrong spots. What
Yeah.
is going on, everybody? Austin,
What's
great
up?
job on the little intro thing there.
Did you like that? I was
like
trying to do a little cool like the calm app, you know, like a right. I don't want to put you to sleep, but I definitely want. Right. Hello and welcome to an episode of Pop Culture Corner Nightly. You know?
Yeah. But no. Hey, by the way, huge shout out to Roblox for making that cool little
sick
little
intro.
Sick little intro.
Spin around.
Thing,
I love it. Whatever. It's great. You know, that's why I like it. It can be an intro. It can be a transition. It can be, it can be a lot of things. So
yeah,
huge shout out, Roblox.
Huge shout out. And guess what? Huge shout out to the members of the channel.
Oh, that's right.
Saggy Melons, Benson's, I love you. Prakash, I love you. DC Talk with Extended, I love you. That one, Carlos, I love you. T-Rob, we already know you love you. We love you. Resident Justice, we love you. Billy Robert, I love you. Nick Carr, we love you. John Rodell, we love you. Justin Hines, we love you. Kinky Sphincter, you have the best name ever. We love you. Caiden Reed is the best producer on the planet. We love you. Sean Adame is the best. We love you.
That's
Nick
my cousin.
DePalma,
I love you, dude.
I love you. Jack S. Roblox Marvel Ultimate, we love you. Adam Silvestri, and that's the channel members. Guys, make sure, as he said, to smash that like button, share the show on social media, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If it's your first time here, welcome. We do it for you. We do it for the culture. Remember that. And if you do want to support the channel further, you can become a member for as low as $2.99, like Austin gave you the rundown. Let's get into the show, guys. I've been thinking a lot about the MCU.
There's a lot going on with the MCU, Ty.
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about
where
the
do you
MCU.
want to start?
I kind of want to start with this Doctor Strange 2 business. This I got to give you the business. Doctor Strange 2, lots to talk about with Doctor Strange 2 and everything that's going on with the introduction, possibly the introduction of mutants. I'm hearing banter of Scarlet Witch versus Charles Xavier.
Let's go.
That makes me nervous. Because which Charles Xavier is it going to be, Austin?
Look, honestly, I'll be real honest with you. I'll start here. I'll be real happy with either. My money is on McAvoy.
McAvoy, yeah,
it's gonna be McAvoy.
If I was gonna bring in Xavier, and I wanted to do it for the long haul, McAvoy is who I'd bring in. However, if I wanted to do fan service, I would do Patrick Stewart.
Oh, I'd get Stewart, I'd get Jackman, absolutely.
Yeah, so I guess it all depends on the semantics, like how are they doing it? So we know that Patrick Stewart said that he was done with the role after Logan, after the closeout that they gave. It was touching, it was beautiful, it was gorgeous. Yeah. Logan was just one of the best comic book movies of all time, and it really was, and it was one of the greatest exits out of a franchise that I've ever seen. Yes,
for me, as 100%.
Far as what does the chat think?
Yeah,
by the
guys,
way,
what are your thoughts on Logan?
Chat, baby.
Of course. As always, dude, and I thank you for reminding me, Ty. as always, thank you so much to our chat for being here. You guys make this all worth it. You make it all possible because, look, we depend on you guys for your opinions, your questions, your thoughts. We want it all, and we love it. So shout out to the Drifter. Thank you so much. Good to see you, Drifter, as always. Who do we got here? We got Adam Silvestri. Shout out Adam, one of our loyals for so long. Billy, another one of our loyals. Love you, Billy.
Nick,
back, a baby. Third one of our
loyals.
Look
at this one. Austin better be the co-host. I've been enjoying Kai and Austin.
Look at this. We got the two sexy co-hosts tonight. Two sexy hosts tonight, right? Let's see. We got Gabe the Bombbird. Good to see you, Gabe. Gabe loves to come in the chat and drop the latest movie information.
I saw the footage of the Bad Guys movie from DreamWorks on Twitter at CinemaCon on Thursday and on YouTube. Well, let us know. Our DMs are always open, my friend.
Yeah. Let us know what you thought. And let's see what we got here. We Roblox, Drifter. Yep. Geek Studios. Always good to see you, Geek Studios. How are you, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Guys, yeah, thank you so much. And you already know it. You already know it. Let's see. Oh, some new people. Let's see. We already got hi, I am going to absolutely butcher this. I'm gonna
Arun
say
Anand.
Arun. I am I'm just gonna say Arun and pray that that's please correct me.
DL, baby. DL.
Yeah, what's up, dude? Good to see you as always.
The Watcher. Guys, we have dude, I have never seen a show packed like this. We have so many topics to discuss with you guys. And guess what? As always, you are the third panel member. So make sure to get your comments in the comment section. Let us know what you think. If you want to support the channel, send a super chat. We'll talk about it. We'll discuss it. But if not, that's okay. Guys, we have so many topics. Let's get into them. Let's get partying. Let's just get partying.
Yes.
Let's get partying.
And then and Diao, good to see you as always. Make sure to stick around to the end because I do want to say, Diao, shout out. I saw your Spider-Man trailer review. Really thought it was interesting, and I wanted to. There's some things I'm going to bring up. We'll get to talking about it later tonight. So stick around for sure.
Up next, we're going to talk about Doctor Strange 2 and the introduction of mutants into the MCU. So, as we know, the MCU is lacking a certain group of people. What do you want to call them? People? They're lacking a certain group of
certain species, I guess.
Yeah, certain species. So we wanted to talk a little bit about how the X-Men could be introduced into the MCU. Austin, what are your thoughts? How could they bring the so how could they transition? Because the MCU has been around now for 15 years-ish. How are we going to bring in the mutants in a way that is not forced? I guess that's the easiest way to say it.
Look, I do think that eventually we are going to get a whole new recast, right, of mutants and stuff. But I am thinking that's going to happen more towards the end of this phase 4, the beginning of phase 5. I think Feige is about to take full advantage of the fan service that he has with when he acquired Fox. Right? Look, we already know that a Fox-verse X-Men is set to appear and fight Scarlet Witch in Doctor Strange 2. So I think that's a good way. We know when we're getting into these multiverse stories and all these different elements and things, right? We're not necessarily saying that these characters have to stick around, but the fan service that you're going to be able to get out of it, of bringing somebody like Patrick Stewart or James McAvoy, I think there's a lot to be done there. There's a lot of different ways. I do think it would be. Look, my all-time favorite Marvel comic, I'll be honest, is House of M.
House of M is a great story.
It is,
and then they started it with WandaVision, so it would only make sense for them to continue it in Doctor Strange too, considering she's going to be in it, right? So if we want to bring in that House of M like kind of aspect, right? We got to bring in Charles Xavier. Charles Xavier's in the House of M comic. He's the one that he's the only mutant more powerful than Scarlet Witch at the time to bring in to get in her mind and to snap her out of her kind of insanity that she's going through. And we never got to see that realized with WandaVision, but that's not to say that we can't see it later on in Doctor Strange too. I think it would be more appropriate to bring these guys in a film rather than a TV show and let WandaVision exist on its own separately, Disney Plus style, save the fan service, the huge. Because if you're going to reveal Patrick Stewart or James McAvoy's Professor X, you're probably not going to do it on a Disney Plus show, the first Disney Plus show, the experimental Disney Plus show, et cetera, right?
Yes.
You're going to do it in Doctor Strange 2, an established universe, established franchise with a character that people want to see more of. It's plain and simple. So the multiverse, but here's my problem. Just like kind of like what William's saying, the multiverse could end up being something that clutters the Marvel universe. Like to a point. But if we look at comic books, they're also kind of cluttered, aren't they?
Look, I think, is there a lot of opportunity for Marvel to mess up? Absolutely.
100%.
However, Feige's proven himself. He's proven himself this far, right? I'll be honest. When I started to think back about it, right? I'm not the biggest fan of WandaVision. I'm not the biggest fan of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But you know what? I have respect, and I'm not the biggest fan, but I'll go as far as to say, I like those shows just because they're outside of the normal MCU formula.
Yeah.
They're taking a risk. They're doing an
Falcon
experiment.
and the Winter Soldier wasn't so
outside. Falcon and the Winter Soldier was but WandaVision and Loki. I think those two shows, and I think Spider-Man hopefully will break the mold. Doctor Strange 2 will hopefully break the mold. I can only hope, but yes, I think there's definitely a lot of opportunity to mess up too, right? Somebody said that, and this I wanted to get your opinion on this. Let's just talk about this straight up. Do you think if they did bring back, because obviously we know, right, these actors for a long time are now used to saying, no, I'm not coming back and I'm done and blah blah blah, or do you think it would hurt? Where's the comment? You think it would hurt if they brought back?
Really Mikey Sutton?
I think so. Yeah, I think Mikey.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Mikey?
Mikey's here. Mikey's here.
Mikey Sutton, huge respect, man. I would love to have you on one day, talk about some stuff. I mean, I know I work for GWW as well, but I have much respect for your hustle and what you do. So and all that Doomcock stuff, like just wipe that off. Just get it off. He's not worth it, trust me.
Right.
But yeah,
but I want to ask you, do you think it would hurt
lot.
if they brought back Hugh Jackman?
Yes.
And Patrick Stewart.
Yes. Because Hugh Jackman, like I said, Wolverine. If you take the weight from Logan and you throw that away because you want to do fan service now because you own Fox, honestly, that's very disingenuous, and that's and it would only take away from the ending of a character who ran with that for 10 plus years. He built Wolverine. He built the X-Men franchise from the bottom up. Everyone was, Logan was the bow on the box of the X-Men universe. And if you take away from that and bring Patrick Stewart back after the touching goodbye that we had, I think it just doesn't. And yes, of course, the multiverse exists, and you could pluck them from a different point. But
and that's what
That's the question. Should you?
I think you could, and I think you. I don't know, right? You possibly should, but I think you could, right? I think what I loved about Logan, right, is it ends at a point where it's in the future. It's all there. There is things, right? It leaves a lot of space for the story to happen. I mean, how cool would it be that in that in between time in their travels of Logan taking care of Charles and all that, they have a multiversal,
It wouldn't be out of the.
adventure.
It wouldn't be, especially when we meet Logan and Professor
And
X at that time. You can see
yes,
that they're weathered and a lot's happened to them. Like a lot has happened to them at that point, right? So, it's okay. Listen, it's not out of the realm of possibilities. I
sure.
guess the moral question is, and this is to Feige. Feige's got to figure this out because listen,
You right, RJ.
in
Good to see you,
Feige,
man.
in Feige, I
In
trust.
Feige, I trust, right?
In Feige, I trust. So if he wants to bring Logan back, he better do it in the right way, and he better do it in a way that doesn't take away from Logan. Because if he does, it's just going to be bad for the franchise, and it's going to put a sour taste in people's mouths. Listen, eventually you're going to have to recast Wolverine. People aren't going to like it at first, and someone's going to do it eventually. It's going to have to be done eventually. So why not just get it out of the way right now and recast the X-Men and bring them in? Listen, we already have. Listen, with the Eternals happening, we see that the 3 snaps have caused this emergence to happen. There you go. There's your key to mutants right there, right there. Who created who created the X-Men? The Celestials. Who are we getting in Eternals? The Celestials. There you go. We're solving all of our problems one by one, domino by domino.
I did now. There is something I completely forgot to talk about because yes, House of M was addressed in WandaVision, and even there's a moment in the featurettes and stuff where Scarlet or where Elizabeth Olsen goes, House of M is her all-time favorite Scarlet Witch comic and Marvel comic, and
that's right because it's the only one she's read.
Yep, and then but she did say that she never thought Marvel would adapt it. WandaVision was not an adaptation of House of M. It made you believe for a second that it was, but it absolutely was not. No. I think Doctor Strange 2 is going to be more of an adaptation. Look,
when Marvel adapts, I almost said adapts. When Marvel adapts something, it doesn't mean that they take it word for word, piece by piece. It means they're loosely using that storyline to create something new. If they took the comics and just made like the animation does, like for DC, and just did it literally word for word, scene for scene, it wouldn't be as fun because the MCU exists outside of comic books. It's its own thing. It needs to be its own thing. It needs to tell different stories to keep the audience guessing, to keep the diehards guessing, but to also pay that fan service to the people who have been reading these comics for years and years and years, but introducing it to new people, general audience members, etc. So what Feige's done has been amazing. He's created this world where everyone's a Marvel fan now. Now, when we get to DC, by the way, our lineup for today is Disney Plus. God, no. Disney, all the Disney stuff first, and then we're going to end with DC and then end with Spider-Man No Way Home. So we have a lot to talk about, guys, throughout this whole show. This is literally just the beginning.
You do this every time. It will not work, Drifter. I keep trying.
Okay. But look, here's my way. Like I said, my way that I want to introduce the X-Men is through what is happening in the Eternals. I think to use what is happening in the Eternals is the most logical way, especially because we're going to be seeing the Celestials in action, if you want to put it that way. I think we can somehow get an explanation, the explanation on what their experiments into the human race, right? That's it. Everyone, and then WandaVision already. One second, I'm sorry. Yeah, WandaVision already taught it to us, right? Because Wanda had her powers the whole time. They just needed to be tapped. And when that bomb fell, when those 2 bombs fell and one went off, one didn't, and they were sitting there for 2 days waiting to die at the hands of Tony Stark, she's the one who saved them. Her powers came in at a time when she was under tremendous stress and anxiety, right? Her gene was tapped and she became the Scarlet Witch at that moment. Well, she became powered at that moment. She became the Scarlet Witch in WandaVision, but you know what I mean.
Right.
So, look, the experiments by the Celestials clearly have already been done to humans. The gene is there in these people. It just needs to be tapped. So I'm saying that we already have a pre-existing notion that X-Men are possible, right? The X-Men are possible. The gene is there. Something happened or something all 3 snaps triggered it. That's
Right.
my explanation on why the MCU. At one point I really thought like Doctor Strange was going to open a portal, the X-Men were going to walk through it, and like boom, solved right there. Right, that's easy enough, but that's too easy.
Right.
It's too easy.
What
do you guys think in the chat? What do you guys think?
Right. I did want to say this is a pretty cool theory. That would be cool, like if they plucked him right after Days of Future Past. But with your theory, look, I don't think it's going to be the Celestials. I think the Celestials are going to.
Why wouldn't you do the Celestials? They're the literal ones who created them.
Hold on, because look at what Feige is doing, right? With what if you just look at WandaVision, No Way Home. These Marvel movies are slowly becoming more comic book accurate. I would think that it would be really, really cool. You already know Doctor Strange 2, she's gonna fight a version of Professor X. You already know that they're gonna be dealing with all these different characters, and we're possibly even gonna be getting characters from the Sony universe and stuff. And I think it would be really interesting with the House of M, right? She destroys and kills all mutants. The MCU is known to take something and twist it from the comics.
So, bring up Mikey Sutton's comment. Let's go, baby. What up? All right, I'll drop the mic now.
Right.
Just kidding. I'm just
kidding.
Well,
I guess right.
Listen, if Mikey's got it, Caiden, you can send Mikey the link if you'd like. He can pop in if he wants. But I would love to talk to him. I would love to get him in here right now and have the internet go wild. Doomcock shaking in his shaking in his mask.
Well, I'll be honest. If that's the case, I'm not crazy about that.
But
if it is the Eternals,
why? You literally just said that these movies are getting more comic accurate. Why wouldn't you want it to have a comic accurate X-Men introduction?
Because I would want, like I said, I think it would be really interesting and a great. Thank you. You too. And a great twist on the comics if it was Wanda. In the comics, in House of M, Wanda kills all the mutants. In the MCU,
so you want her to create all the mutants in a twist of fate kind of way.
Correct.
Okay. Correct. You know what? Listen. I'm not opposed to that. Like everyone in the chat. Everyone. By the way, shout out.
I'll be honest. That's a little more of a complex theory, right? For the MCU,
it's complex. I think a lot of people developed that theory right during the events of WandaVision. That's what they were speculating, that she was going to be the one to create. And Drifter, yes, I'll show your fan art at the end of the show. Don't worry, I got you.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, Benson!
Oh, we missed
Thank you so much. How and when do Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. returns? Evans has signed for 2 movies. It's obvious Robert Downey Jr. will come back. I'm just not sure how Mikey Sutton. Well, Mikey, obviously, if he comes on or can answer in the chat, there you go. I'll give you my theory, Benson, but I don't know for sure. Me theory. My theory with our DJ is, of course, the AI theory that whenever Ironheart or Iron Lad or whatever the hell they're going to do, Ironheart, thank you, Ironheart is going to happen. That he will be the Jarvis, right? The AI to the to Ironheart. And so that I think that would be the simple explanation. I don't know if it would I don't think it would be good for Marvel to actually bring him back to life or bring him back in a it would have to be in that, like I said, AI or flashback or something. With Chris Evans, I mean, look, there's story there. There's stories. How did he return the stones? Why was he not, taken by the TVA? Even now, honestly, with the multiverse and, there's a lot of talk and speculation of somebody like Peggy Carter showing up in Doctor Strange 2. Yep. So that leaves the door open for this now new, I guess, Steve.
Do you think we'll see the TVA in Doctor Strange 2 briefly?
I think we're going to see the TVA. We saw the TVA notes and writing and computer on this week's episode of What If.
Yeah.
If you notice when it opens.
which we're gonna have some pre-recorded. We're gonna have way more pre-recorded videos coming out, guys. We're
Yes.
doing them on everything, pop culture. We have way too many topics tonight to get into that, but we
Yes.
definitely will be addressing what if the new.
So
episode.
William says the Celestials introduced the deviant gene, not necessarily mutant kind.
No.
Interesting. Okay. So then that would okay. So
Right, but the deviant gene
they could play with
allowed
it,
for
right?
the mutants to happen.
To happen.
Yeah. So
Okay.
and hi Roblox.
Where's Roblox?
Have you been here the whole time? We
Here's
showed
Roblox.
your
I think-
intro and everything.
Roblox likes to come in like an hour before and be like, "Hi, first one in the chat," which I love. Totally great, love it. But yeah, we did show your intro. You saw your intro, Roblox.
I tampered
really,
with
really
it,
loved
but
it.
I did show it.
Yes.
But listen, I think, however they bring the mutants into the MCU, I really do think it'll be creative. I think it'll be something that, it's out of our control almost. You know what I mean? But I am guessing that they're thinking this through just as thorough as we are. They love this stuff just as much as we do, especially Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
He in Feige we trust, I guess, really is the thing, right? So I am excited for the introduction of mutants into the MCU. I do think there'll be a heavy celestial tie to mutants and why they are introduced into the MCU so many years after its start, because it's kind of like that Spider-Man when Spider-Man No Way Home came out and they met and they screwed up the timeline a little bit. You don't want to do that again. You don't want to have that plot hole again. So you want to do it in a way that's going to make sense and correlate with the timeline. And that's going to be hard to do. It's going to be no hard feat. Feige's got a real task ahead of him, but we have to remember there's a reason they bought Fox, because they wanted to do this. So I think it's something they've been thinking long and hard about. We do have our next topic, guys. We do have a bunch of topics to get to tonight. By the way, if you
we're 30 minutes on just the X-Men.
If you do want to send us a topic, if you want to send a topic for us to talk about, send it to pop.culture2020@gmail.com. You can submit a topic that you'd like us to discuss on the show anytime. The email is always open to you. You can send your fan art, anything that you'd like to us, and we'll display it on, if it's appropriate, on the show. So that's pop.culture2020@gmail.com. So,
and before we transition, real quick, shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this video. It means the absolute world. Your engagement means the world. And we can't wait to get to our next topic. Take it away, Ty.
All right, so Disney Plus has got they're seeking. Well, so we Disney Plus special Werewolf by Night has been announced, right? And Marvel Studios is actively searching for a Latino actor to lead the cast as an as yet untitled Halloween special that will air on Disney Plus. The rap has
exclusively. And I can confirm, ladies and gentlemen, I am that Latino actor. Thank you so much for setting that up, Ty. It's been my long want to join the MCU, and this is it. Roblox, thank you so much for the $1 super chat. Again, guys, don't forget, if you do send super chats or want to send super chats, you can always ask a question or leave a comment, or let us know if there's a topic you want us to talk about as well. That super chats are the perfect place for it. So, but thank you so much, Roblox.
Thank you, Roblox. All right, so let's read this. So again, Marvel Studios is actively searching for a Latino actor to lead the cast. The studio is looking for a Latino male in his 30s to star in the Halloween special, which is eyeing to begin production in early 2022. Individuals with knowledge, I love that, say the character may be based on Werewolf by Night, the name used by two separate Marvel characters. The first, Jack Russell, was created by Jerry Conway and Mike Ploog based on concepts by Stan Lee and Roy Thomas, and first appeared in a 1972 issue of Marvel Spotlight. Guys, I'm not going to read this whole article, but Werewolf by Night potentially coming to Disney Plus as a Halloween special. What do you think about that? It's not something I'm too familiar with, Werewolf by Night or the characters involved, But I mean, this looks cool. Especially
You know
if we
what?
can get some inclusion into it.
I really like. Now, this is where, as far as like as a creative like marketing person, I would think, and having working at Disney Plus or something like it, this is where I would go like, yeah, we can make things kind of big here. Having your own Halloween specials, Christmas specials, like what they're doing with Guardians of the Galaxy.
And Deadpool did it.
Yeah, that's where I think, okay, that's a massive, massive draw, right? These events, right? WandaVision, Falcon was cool. Loki was an event.
Loki
I'm
was an
now
event,
waiting
for
for the
sure.
next Loki on Disney Plus, right? I'm anticipating the next Loki event type series, and so I think that these, like I said, these specials are a very cool way, right?
Yeah, it's a
do
good
it.
draw. It's a very good draw for general audiences and for people that just love the content. Yes, Roblox, like I said, just for a minute, start the stream
Maybe
over.
he made a new one, like a newer one.
Roblox. I would
let me
like to talk to you after the show as well. By the way,
yeah, he did. He put a new one in the Discord.
Oh,
Yep.
cool. Thank you. Gavin Cooley, what is going on, nerd
Hey,
fam?
Gavin.
What is going on, nerd fam? And then Gabe back in the chat says, have you guys watched What If show on Disney Plus? I actually got to see it early. And I have been waiting for it to catch up to me. So I am yes.
Oh wow, it's Mr.
Dude,
Special over here who gets it.
Well, like, what can I say? No. I think What If is such a cool like concept. I think Marvel is doing a great job with the animation. The stories that are being told are unbelievably good. And
besides the whole, voices and mouth thing.
Yeah. So like, and when I did my review for it, I flat out said it. I said the characters that aren't voiced by their MCU counterparts throw you off a little bit. They really do. There's no getting around it. Like Steve Rogers and Peggy have built such a legacy in the MCU. To hear someone else voicing Steve Rogers kind of just tickled my nerves the wrong way. So that's the only issue I had.
The one of that casting that I liked, Lake Bell this week as Scarlett Johansson, I really liked.
Really?
Or not as Scarlett Johansson. Lake Bell as Scarlett Johansson. Lake Bell as Black Widow, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, we know she's gonna have to get recasted. So.
Right. Rules open.
Oh, classic jokes. No, I'm all in on What If. I want a season 2. I know it's kind of already in the works. Peggy Carter's like I said in my review, I've been saying this for a while. Peggy Carter is the central character of What If. People need to get over it. That's just the way it is. Peggy Carter is the main central character. And I'm not going to be surprised if we see Peggy Carter running around the actual MCU again sometime soon.
Right.
Maybe I know something. So, yes. So we're not going to spend too much time on Werewolf by Night, but I thought that'd be cool, like a little inclusion. So on to our next topic, which we will be on for a little bit. All right, guys. So Black Panther 2 back in the news. So awesome. What happened? The actress that plays Shuri, she had a little bit of an accident. A little bit of an accident.
Yeah.
So can you explain what happened?
So apparently what did happen, we can't tell you because it's a spoiler and I don't really know. But I can tell you it was a rig accident. It was a stunt. The actress who plays Shuri, oh gosh, what's her name?
I don't. It's like
Lupita. No. Oh nope, that's not Lupita. That's
I don't remember the names. They kind of like mesh together for me. I'm super bad with names.
Right. And she's getting more and more.
Caiden, get in here. What's her name?
Yeah, Caiden.
Dad.
It's Letitia Wright.
Letitia Wright. Yeah,
we knew that the whole time. We were testing you.
Yeah, exactly.
We were testing you.
Ladies and gentlemen, our producer has passed his test of the day. We like to keep him on his toes and stuff, so we'll be doing it about once or twice a stream now.
But Black Panther Wakanda Forever set photos show a stunt scene being filmed, guys. But she was in the hospital. She did get she's out now, and she's reportedly doing well. She's definitely clear, guys. She's the focus of Black Panther 2. There's no way she's not.
literally right there.
Come on, Shuri. Look at that. So she's on a rig.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
and
that looks
I just want to
fun.
point out that's a blue motorcycle, so it's going to be easy to edit out. So like she's able to go invisible, So
Yes.
Oh,
I can in the comics. I know that she takes over the mantle as Black Panther. I think absolutely. It felt like that from the first movie, even though Chad was just brought in. It's like
right.
That first movie, it felt like at the end they're like, "All right, you're definitely selling her."
yeah,
up to
yesterday she had an
sometime.
accident and she was in hospital for like an hour, and it was like
Okay.
a minor
So-
injury.
Yeah,
And
so it wasn't too crazy.
No.
She was in the hospital for an hour, probably needed a couple stitches, something happened. But
yeah,
it really does look like she's going to be the central character of Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever. And we do have Caiden, we do have some other stuff, right?
yeah,
We have other
do.
news.
We have Everett K. Ross
Ooh.
with
Sporting a nice beard. Look how
Look at that Silver
beautiful he
Fox
looks.
over there.
Look
yeah.
how beautiful he looks with the beard.
I know, man. That right there is Bilbo Baggins.
He's pissed. You know why he's pissed? Because Zemo got out of jail. He's pissed that Zemo got out. He's going to Wakanda so he can get Zemo back. Just kidding. We do have. Are we allowed to
Zemo's
say
in the
what
raft.
we're? Are we allowed to say
No.
something?
I can say that a Little Mermaid villain. Well, now you see the philanthropist, and then a puppy mill.
Okay.
So
So,
those
guys,
are
here's your hint: a Disney princess and a puppy mill. That's as far as we can go. We can't really. We do have details on the scene. However, we can't disclose them. But that's your that's your hint. That's your hint. It's a Disney princess and a puppy mill. So if you can decipher that, I'll send you some money.
Right.
and FBI agents.
Oh,
Okay.
and FBI agents. William Powell, the $2 super chat to throw Austin under the bus. I love it. Thanks for standing me up Tuesday night, Austin.
I told you I was covering CinemaCon, man. I'm sorry.
And we had
William was so nice.
25,000 people in there Monday night, William.
Right.
We had to do it.
William was so nice. I texted because he said if you can make it, he was saving me a seat for the Candyman screening, and
I got invited to advanced screening Candyman 2. I'm so regretting that I didn't go.
But
we had CinemaCon. That's why I didn't go either. We both got, so put it this way, we both got invited to Candyman advanced screening, and we stood it up.
But we sent Caiden. Caiden saw it.
Caiden saw it. Yep. So
I saw it.
One of us saw it. But that just goes to show you how committed we are to you, the viewer.
Yes.
We turned down
All three
Candyman
of us
advanced
did
screening
stuff.
because we wanted to be here with you guys. Because we do it for you. Someone finish it. Thank you. All right. Take Daddy down. Take Daddy down.
We have to take
Daddy
him down.
Baggins down.
Now bring up
Daddy Baggins, yes.
Take Daddy Baggins down.
Okoye and
Yeah, but we do see Shuri and Lupita. So Shuri and what's her name again?
Okoye.
Okoye. So
Okoye.
here they are in some set photos from Black Panther 2.
Yeah, they're meeting Riri Williams.
So
hey, movie dogs, thank you so much.
oh my God. So he's the
means
one
the
who
world.
started that we're the next collider. So I just want to confirm that with him. Movie dogs, you said that first, right? Tell me that you said that first. The chat is wild. There's 20 more comments.
I know. I feel that William, I got you. I'm gonna come to your comic store like this weekend and see you at the Sci-Fi Center.
As soon as I get my new ID, I'm out to Vegas. That's it.
Yeah.
I ran. They stopped. Apparently the TSA stopped taking the ID, the expired ID, even though they said that. Never mind. That's a different story.
Yeah, totally. Thanks, DMV. But
guys and gals in the chat, what do you think about Black Panther 2? Are you excited for a potential Namor introduction? And are you excited that Shuri will be most likely taking over the mantle as Black Panther. Is that something that's going to be good for the franchise, or do you think it's going to hurt the franchise? We do know that Ryan Coogler does know what he's doing. Okoye, the actress and Shuri, the actress that
And
played
Angela
them both,
Bassett, the
and
mother.
Angela Bassett, all have said that what he is doing with this movie and the script, and it's beautiful, it's touching, it's a tribute to the King, Chadwick Boseman, T'Challa. So I don't know. I'm excited if they can bring. Listen, you kind of have to distract in this second movie. You have to distract,
yes,
because of
well,
the passing
you
of
have to
Chad.
address, and then you have to,
You
have to carry the story on, right?
Yes.
The story has to move on,
Right.
and you know what? I've been thinking about that. Is that anyone with a
Namor
buzz?
and Duma and
Right.
Namora.
And I've been thinking about this. And Diao, the last time we had a panel that Diao was on, he made a really good point. We talked about this. The recasting of T'Challa.
Would be you can't do it.
He thinks they should. And I'm
I
starting
know,
to
but you
agree
can't.
that they should.
No, you can't. You can't do
Because
it.
just like I said, the story has to move on.
Yeah, but it can move. It can move
The-
on in a different ways. You don't have to recast him. I think it would be
So,
a travesty
What
to
would,
recast.
but what would happen, right? What would happen if something like this would have happened during the Foxverse? Or is it one of those guys? And they just said, okay, well, that person.
What does that have to do with
We're
this?
starting the whole thing over, or we're recasting everybody. And I think there's a lot of story, with T'Challa that I think is open.
I am highly against a recast of T'Challa. Guys, let us know in the chat.
Yeah, tell us in the chat.
Do you guys think that a recast of T'Challa would work better than simply overlooking? No, I don't want to say overlooking it, because that's like terrible. But rather just moving on from T'Challa, the character. Would you think that a recast is better, or just moving on in other ways? I'd be interested to know, because I don't think it's smart, especially and you know what else I don't want? I don't want them to do the Paul Walker thing where they like digitally include the face.
Oh wow.
I don't want that either.
No, please, dear God, don't do that. Yes, I completely agree.
That's
William
too much.
William says, I think it's a mistake that Shuri takes over. It's alternative story you wouldn't have if he had not passed away. T'Challa needs to be recast. Huh.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Yeah. Very interesting. So do you think they'll kill him in the movie? Because that's kind of messed up too. Very interesting. Very
So I think honestly, I think in the MCU they might have to kill T'Challa. I do.
Yeah.
I'm with Gavin here. Well, I'm answering Gavin here. I do think that T'Challa it'll be an off-screen death. It won't be something that we see. It'll be an off-screen passing. And that's kind of what will allow the story to move on. And then, I really just don't, I think Marvel's in a place right now where if they decided to recast T'Challa, a lot of fans and Chadwick Boseman's family might feel certain ways about it. And I don't think you want that PR nightmare. I don't. I think the bad outweighs the good in this situation. So I'm gonna have to go with, that's a no for me, dog.
Right.
It's a no for me, dog.
That's a no, dude.
And I understand that the story comes first. The actors are a tool to tell the story, not the other way around. I get that. But he was such a legacy character. Like when he came in Civil War, he was T'Challa, right? He was T'Challa. And then in his solo film, I was not too crazy about Black Panther, the solo film, but he did lead the way. He led the movement in this new, just this new style of the embracing Wakanda. People out on the streets doing this when they seen it. People were leaving the theater up, cheering. I don't think you can recast him and get away with it. It's not like Edward Norton and Mark Ruffalo. This is not that kind of situation. It's not.
I think if I think you're right. It's a fine line, and I think if they did it correctly, it's possible. I don't know. I'm kind of split.
This is a hard.
Somebody said they're split 50. Gavin, I'm honestly with you. I'm kind of split 50-50. I don't know.
Marvel's got
how
a
to
lot
feel
of tough
about it.
decisions ahead of them, especially like the Fox, X-Men, the Black Panther, which I mean, I guess they've already solved it in a way, I suppose. Like they're already working on Black Panther too. Clearly they knew that they're moving to something. They're doing
Right.
something. I'm very interested to see what I think. Honestly, I think Black Panther 2 is going to be $1 billion film simply because people go see it to see how they move on from it.
Yes. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's why they already know this is going to be $1 billion film. So I think they're ready to include Namor because that will distract people from Black Panther, like T'Challa not being there, right? Bring Namor in, bring other known characters. Like we know a couple characters that are going to be in there that we can't say, but like load this movie up with a lot of stuff. Not too much, but load it up with some things. Have a good storyline, have a good villain, and I think you can pass the torch to Shuri. Listen, I'm not a huge fan of Shuri being Black Panther. I'm not. But
I think she'll come into it. I do. I like that actress a lot.
I
don't know if you saw that
would rather
episode of Black
Okoye.
Mirror.
I'd rather Okoye
Okoye?
be Black Panther. Okoye, whatever it
Yeah.
is. I'd rather her be Black Panther.
Right. I look. I love
so
Shuri.
badass.
I think Shuri can be a really badass. Shuri is basically like the Wakanda Tony. She's a little arrogant. She's a little badass. She's a little,
Supposedly
I really
she's
like
smarter than Bruce.
She is very smart.
And Tony.
It's just like Wakanda, right? It kind of has to be if their technology is more advanced than the entire rest of the world.
Yeah.
Let's see. Making a Black Panther move while distracting you from Black Panther that has bad storytelling written all over. That's kind of interesting, right? But I mean, they are going right towards the story of Wakanda. We know too, right? It is titled Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
And we're getting a Wakanda series.
And a Wakanda series.
So it looks like we're going to be diving more deep into the idea of Wakanda. Like what made Wakanda, why Wakanda is so special. And, now with their introduction into the world, now they're not just a hidden temple, they're opening up their borders to the rest of the world. There is going to be a lot going on. So they could get away with it. I'm not saying, like you make a great point, William. However, what happened. Chadwick passed away. We need to figure out some way that moving on is going to work, right?
I take it as I was gonna say something like before, but take it as this: if Chadwick was the first one to contact AC Bradley to be T'Challa, as he loves this character, that can tell you everything that he wants to be this character, and he doesn't want to be recasted.
Okay.
Plain and simple. It was his choice to contact them first. It wasn't like, oh, like you can choose me or someone else. I'm here.
No disrespect to Chad, he doesn't own the character.
I know. I'm just saying like that. Like it's one of those things where it's like, okay, like you don't want and I think with it's not just you can't just bring in someone new. With everyone has a cast. The cast has they have to do emotional reads, chemistry reads with all of them.
Yep.
Where everyone already else has chemistry with everyone. So now you have to make one person do chemistry reads with 20 other people.
Exactly. Great point, Caiden. Great point.
So now you are delaying production on a movie for filming because you are now.
Well, I mean, look, now we are talking about a decision that's already been made. They're not recasting.
I know. I'm just saying, like in general, if
do you think they'll bring? Hey, do you think they'll bring if the MCU brings in the mutant idea and the mutants in Doctor Strange 2, do you think in Black Panther 2 we'll see Storm?
I think it's possible, and I think if she were to show up first, anywhere that makes sense outside of X-Men, obviously, or the mutants, in which Feige is calling the new version, the MCU version of the X-Men. I think that would be kind of cool. But at the same time, in the comics, she shows up with T'Challa. So it kind of takes it out
could-
too that it's
You could make Shuri a lesbian.
wait,
Because we don't know her sexual preferences. Shuri could be a lesbian.
Oh, and they can do a Shuri X Storm.
And Shuri and Storm,
That
as Shuri as Black
right.
Panther with Storm. You know, if that's
Ooh,
I guess that would make sense.
that brings
for,
in
for an
diversity.
MCU twist, right?
Yeah, that
you.
I mean,
It also works for story as well. It doesn't just hit the diversity notes. You also hit stories.
you hit the story notes, you hit everything. I mean, it could play. It could play.
I mean, yeah.
But listen, I'm sick of recast. Like, I don't like recasting.
I don't like
I don't.
recasting
I'm not a fan of it. I'll be honest. I was pretty upset when they recast Edward Norton. However, they did it so subtly that it worked. And then with the Don Cheadle move, they did that one. That one was pretty abrupt. That one felt forced. But
yeah, it was.
But it ended up working.
But it ended up working
very
really well. But
Yeah.
who would have known? I think Terrence Howard would have went on to be a great War Machine or a great roadie in general. I really do. But John Cheadle did work. He killed the role. He's awesome.
Don Cheadle's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And
I want T'Challa. I want Storm. I want Namor. I want all of it. I think Wakanda 2, Black Panther. Jesus Christ. Black Panther
Wakanda 2, Black Panther forever.
Pop culture corner, folks. But listen, we're not going to solve this here.
I think you guys talked about how they're going to handle T'Challa's death in the movie. I think because the way I think they're going to handle it is, Atuma, the military leader of Atlantis, also the schemer that he is. He's like the Loki of Atlantis.
Oh yeah.
So basically, I think he's the one that hires someone, or he himself kills T'Challa and frames Namor.
Ooh. Okay.
And that's what's.
Ooh. And then the whole. Oh my God! Then Wakanda goes after him.
Yeah.
Wakanda would invade Atlantis.
Yeah, and I think with the whole Riri Williams situation, is that
so can you explain,
what if she taps into something?
No, can you preface this? So Riri Williams, she is going to be not just a cameo character.
No.
She's going to be a character that is in Black Panther 2 as a like kind of like a Spiderman in Civil War.
Right.
Okay. And that's then she'll go on to be Ironheart.
Yeah. She'll probably show up in Armor War first and then go into Ironheart. Or if Ironheart comes out first, then Ironheart, then Armor Wars. But I definitely think she'll show up in Armor Wars as well. Because she's the one that basically recreates Tony as an AI.
Right.
So and that's how we'll get RDJ back, but we'll get him cheaper because he's only a voice actor.
Yep.
Which makes you wonder why the heck couldn't they get him for What If? But go on.
Yeah. I mean, he
was doing Doolittle.
He was.
The so important and
the train wreck that was Doolittle.
You mean the critically acclaimed Doolittle starring Robert Downey Jr.?
Oh my God, it was amazing.
Yeah, that was an Academy Award nominated. Doolittle.
Tom Holland was in it.
I believe. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was funny. I mean, look. I think at the end of the day, right? That first Black Panther film, you can't deny that they were going to plan to set up Shuri eventually as Black Panther, and so I guess we'll just have to see how the movie takes care of it, right? I think it's a fine line. Like I said, it could feel really rushed, or we'll just see how they deal with it.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I feel like with this film, it's abrupt. Everything comes abruptly, and you have to change plans when those things happen.
When things happen, yeah.
When things happen, you have to change plans. And something like this, such a thing, like people weren't looking up just at T'Challa; they were looking at the Chadwick's T'Challa. So that's the other thing,
exactly.
like that, and it was and that's what got like like it was it's one of those things where it's like, okay, these people would not be coming back if they were to recast T'Challa.
Agreed.
Because of the chemistry that they had with Chadwick and the chemistry that they had with the emotional connection that they had with that character.
Agreed.
Daniel Kaluuya, who is still unknown if he's joining the cast or not, is best friends with Chadwick. So I think this is a very hard time for him to join back the cast because of that.
Yeah, it's just a really tough situation, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone. Namor could destroy Wakanda a lot easier than people think. He's also beaten T'Challa in one-on-one fights. Honestly, no one in Wakanda could probably take Namor except T'Challa, but even that's a maybe. Nice, Gavin. It's 100% true. Namor is an absolute beast of a character.
He's the first mutant of Atlantean mutant. And the only Atlantean mutant.
Yes.
And I think that will also be dive into Black Panther is like, why is he different from all the other Atlanteans?
Exactly. Right. But all right. So we are going to be moving on to Star Wars.
Yes.
I know this.
Yes.
This is really Austin's kind of segment. But we're gonna.
Yes.
We're gonna be moving into Star Wars. Ooh, just burped. We're just going to be moving into Star Wars territory. Caiden, all right, so jump out. We're going to transition. And we got some great Disney Star Wars topics coming up at you after these messages. Just kidding. It's just a transition. Don't worry. All right, so we have... So explain to me who Cad Bane is.
Cad Bane, my friend. Cad Bane is one of the most badass Star Wars characters that has come about the Clone Wars from the Clone Wars animated series, right? So he's a bounty hunter, and we got much like Boba Fett, much like Boba Fett, except he is a little more on the villainous side, and so. He's introduced in the first 2 seasons of Clone Wars and talked about and brought back, a little bit throughout.
Oh, he looks scary.
Oh, he is a menacing Star Wars character. And what's so fascinating and great about that is that he was brought in the animated series. And, for an animated character to be so terrifying, so scary. I remember being a kid and watching the first 2 seasons of Star Wars, The Clone Wars, and actually being like really afraid of this bounty hunter dude, that Anakin and everybody was after, Anakin and Obi-Wan, and so he took a back seat for a long time. He was created by the great Dave Filoni, and recently with the new series, The Bad Batch on Disney Plus, Cad Bane came back, and there's a little storyline in there where he's hired by the Empire to go and take back the clone. I cannot believe I watched the entire series. Omega, to go and take back Omega. Yeah, Star Wars. Everybody freaking out of Star Wars. We love it. Look, he's hired by the Empire to go take back Omega from the Bad Batch. And so there's some interactions with them and the Bad Batch in the new Disney Plus series. And from what I hear, they're being set up. He's being set up to appear in this year's Book of Boba Fett. That is correct.
Cad Bane in Book of Boba Fett.
I cannot wait for the Book of Boba Fett. Is more and more sounding like, yes, Boba Fett is but this is a bounty hunter series.
Yeah,
this is unlike anything we've ever gotten in this. This is gritty, hardcore Star Wars from Robert Rodriguez and Dave Filoni, and I cannot wait. I'm thinking we're going to see Cad Bane. I'm thinking there's a possibility we could see the Bad Batch. I mean, look, we're going to be dealing with the harsh parts of the galaxy in the Book of Boba Fett, and I'm stoked. I cannot wait. Like I said, Robert Rodriguez, he directed the episode where Boba Fett returned in The Mandalorian Season 2. That episode, for me, is one of the greatest pieces of Star Wars I think I've ever seen. And
dude,
I mean,
I'm not okay. Just real quick.
You see what you did to me? You got me.
I know you're super into this, right? But I am when I was introduced to Boba Fett again in Mandalorian. Like I'm like a general audience member when it comes to Star Wars. I'm learning more and throughout this. But Boba Fett in Mandalorian, he's so cool. He's so cool, and I'm super excited for him to get his own series. And it sounds like you're right that this is going to be a bounty hunter series, and we know Robert Rodriguez. I mean, come on, that episode that he directed was phenomenal, phenomenal. Dude. So tell me more.
What's great about this? There's a featurette for The Mandalorian about that episode with Robert Rodriguez, and he talks about being a kid and watching The Empire Strikes Back and the scenes with Boba Fett, and just the absolute intimidation. And as a kid, he's like, you just thought Boba Fett was the most badass character in the entire galaxy. He was on this pedestal, like nobody as a kid there. He was the ultimate like bad guy or anti-hero in a sense, I guess, because he works for money and it just happens that the Empire hires him, right? And so when he comes back, right, in the Mandalorian, Robert Rodriguez talked about wanting to see this version of him that he imagined he would be as a kid, like Boba Fett unleashed. And that's what we got, that whole scene where he just comes out, takes out an entire troop of clones.
Oh, it was so great.
Oh gosh.
It was so great.
And even the way that it's filmed, the grittiness to it, and the style, I can't wait. Robert Rodriguez, he's a stylish filmmaker. Like he's for people who don't know, he's Quentin Tarantino's protege.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Quentin Tarantino's protege doing a Star Wars.
That's why, like, From Dusk Till Dawn.
Love it. Sin City. Love it.
Sin City. When Quentin Tarantino directed that one, there's one scene that he directed in the car where
he's driving.
Yeah. So like, I love Robert and I love Quentin, and I love that Robert's like takes inspiration from Quentin. So I'm super excited to see what he does with a Boba Fett story. Because Boba Fett is a hard character to solo. And how do you think it's going to do?
He is kind of a hard character to solo, but I think he's also very easy in the sense that
I'll watch Clone Wars. All right, guys. Sorry. All right, I'll watch it. Jesus.
The chat is mad. Look, he's a solo character, but that's the beauty of it. There's so much unexplored story, and the lore is open. They can pull from legend stuff. They can come up with stuff. Filoni has not. Hey, just like for Marvel, right? And Feige, we trust. For Star Wars and Filoni, I trust.
And Jon Favreau.
Filoni and Favreau forever, please. These guys have such a good handle and grip on Star Wars, and from what it seemed like to me, Robert Rodriguez honestly seemed like if there was going to be a Three Amigos, he would be the perfect third to David and John. I'll be real honest. Like, if you go back and watch the featurette and the behind the scenes of the episode that he did, he literally had his kids, when he got sent the episode, recreate the entire fight scene, and he filmed it on his iPhone and did that fight scene his iPhone with action figures, with his kids holding the Boba Fett action figures and doing it. And that's how he pitched it to Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau.
Are you kidding me?
Nope, it's phenomenal, dude. I love it. He's
God.
He's like, I pulled out all my Star Wars toys. I had my kids do the fight. I filmed it on the iPhone. I sent it to Dave, and Dave was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. And yes, Diao, I did see Alicia Battle Angel. It's phenomenal. It deserves a sequel. I'm all for
dude, hashtag let's get a sequel for Alita, because I would love I loved Alita Battle Angel.
And especially Edward Norton's the villain. Like, come on, dude.
And we get it at the end.
Yeah, man. I was like,
are you kidding me? I was like, my jaw hit the floor when he finally emerged.
I know, dude.
Are you kidding me? At that moment, I was like, there's clearly going to be a sequel, but
there needs to be a sequel.
But there isn't. What's going on with that?
Well, that was another one that it was unfortunately put in a February release date for some unknown reason.
Release day.
Terrible, and that honestly is what killed. That is a summer blockbuster. Alicia is a summer blockbuster film, and I mean, with James Cameron writing it and Rodriguez directing it, there is no reason why that movie should not have turned into a franchise.
No, there's zero evidence towards like that there's nothing. That movie was really good.
It was really good.
It was really good. And I want a sequel to it. It was like the way that they mixed like You know what's classified as animation? I didn't know that.
Wait, Alita is classified as animation.
Alita is so I've been told, or so I saw. Alita is technically classified as animation. I didn't know that. I didn't think that either.
I would think it's technically a hybrid. Because obviously Christoph Waltz isn't animated.
Yeah, Christoph, he's not. So like, someone look it up, like, because I don't understand why it's classified as animation, just because the main character.
H-Parts, thank you so much,
H-Parts, I am hard at work. I am hard at work on Justice League 2 and 3. I am casting right now. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat, guys. Again, super chats are open. If you do want to show your support for the channel, you can send a super chat or become a member of the channel and get access to. Well, Austin, how do we do it? How do we
look? We have a lot of great ways that you can support this channel. One, subscribing, liking, sharing, the simplest ways, and we thank you so much for that. You want to go the extra mile? You can always join our membership. Great tiers from $2.99 to $10, but you get all the same great stuff. It's a pay what you think we're worth type thing, and we just thank you so much for your support. And like H-Parts here, you can definitely send the super chats, and we definitely appreciate and love that as well. Yes, DL, Alicia should have been a franchise. Well, Roblox, thank you, Roblox.
Who the hell is Alicia?
Alicia Battle Angel.
Alita.
Is it? Oh, Alicia. I call it Alicia. Alicia. It's the same thing, right?
It's not. It is not the same thing. Oh, Roblox.
Roblox.
I'll do you one better. I love it. I love it. Hey, get that going. Let's get that going.
Next. Oh, thank you, Adam. H bars with the Matt Jar. He's like Matt Jarbo.
Matt Jarbo is one of our search top engines somehow all the time. I hope we're getting the trailer for the Bad Guys Scholastics book movie from DreamWorks Animation. I saw the footage on Twitter. Gabe, awesome, man. Awesome, dude. But let's transition into our next. Caiden, get the transition ready. We are transitioning into the villain, the one Star Wars villain that you keep seeing over and over and over. Oh, guys.
Wait, does it sound something like...
Damn, I should have had the Star Wars picture ready.
There we go. There we go. Look at that. Oh!
So talk to me, Goose. We'll get to that later. Talk to me, Goose. What's going on with Darth Vader in the Kenobi show?
All right. Well, yes, we know that first of all, Kenobi wrapped filming the last couple weeks. So get ready, guys.
Congratulations.
Let's go. Kenobi is back. Ian McGregor is back, and Hayden Christensen is back as Darth Vader this week, as we saw in some concept art. Yes.
And you want to know why? You want to know why Hayden Christensen is back? Well, we'll show you and we'll tell you. Bring up the picture.
There we go.
Bring it up. Where is he? Again, these are good outtakes.
It's a coming. It's oh wait, he's
I don't think we have it.
Wait a minute, what happened to him? Guys, we swear before we started the show, he was here. We'll find him.
He went Darth.
Yeah, where is the picture?
Okay, yeah, he's gone.
He's gone. He went Darth.
Darth went bye-bye. Well, we'll find it and we'll grab it.
Just hold that one there for a minute. Hold that one there for a minute, so we don't look like idiots. Look, we lost viewers because of this.
Look, in the meantime, we can tell you that.
Talk to me about why Hayden Christensen's going to be in it.
Well, look, yes, and it's shown in the concept art, right? That Hayden Christensen is going to be shown without the mask. He's going to be shown very much like in the original trilogy. You see that scene of him kind of sitting in the kind of like tank or like spherish type thing, and he has his mask off. He's kind of like all hooked up to some stuff, and that's basically what we're going to see here. Ah, yes,
I got
there we
it.
go.
Hayden's
we
got it too,
go.
but so this is concept
Yeah.
for how he's gonna. So how is he moving around? Are those all like tubes that are tied into
I
him?
think
Well,
it's
yeah, they
it's his
connected.
healing tank.
Yes.
So he.
So
So
tell
after
me-
his battles, after he fights, because look, you're going. If they do this right, you're going to see a Darth Vader you've never seen on screen before. You know, Darth Vader in the original
That's what
trilogy is
they
kind of
need,
slow.
though. That's what they need. That's what they need. They don't need Darth in his full outfit. They need a new
Oh no,
Darth Vader.
no, Darth will be in his
He
full
will
outfit.
be in his outfit.
It's just you're going to see him move like Anakin Skywalker, and that's what's going to be really
He's
cool.
gonna be less robotic than the first.
He's going to be less robotic because it was, in the original trilogy, he's older and stuff. This is at a time
He's older
where
and he
after
has
his battles.
had fights.
Yeah, after his battles in the books and in the comics and stuff, when he he would go all out in his battles and just absolutely rage kill everybody. And when he would get injured,
You see
he'd
it
go
in
back
Rogue
to his
One.
little tank and got all patched up. And so that's
Yeah, we do see it in Rogue One where he kind of like, okay.
Yes.
But
Nick, yes, he does.
Nick,
Yes,
thank you
does.
for the $5 super chat. Vader looks like a beast. Yeah,
Yes, he does.
so do you think? So what really is this Obi-Wan story about? What is going on here? Like what are we being told? What's the story?
So basically, what Obi-Wan Kenobi is, it's 10 years after the after Revenge. So it's 10, and then I believe that means it's 10 years before Empire.
20.
Oh yeah, is it 20?
There's a 30-year gap. It's a 30-year gap between Revenge of the Sith.
Because
and
isn't Luke like 18 or 19 in Empire?
Yes.
So yeah, it's
but
10.
and at the start of this series, he's a kid. He's a baby.
Yeah,
they already said
like,
he's a baby.
I'm so
that's
confused.
20.
You guys are confusing me.
If he's 18, that's 20.
I'm confused right now.
All right, look. So this series takes place 10 years after Revenge of the Sith.
Right.
Right. When Luke is a child, he's already.
He's like 5. Well,
right.
Actually, they casted Leia.
Cast. There's no ED.
Wait a minute. How is this going to work?
Leia.
Because in the timeline, I do know for a fact, in the timeline, there's a 20-year gap between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. So A New Hope, he must be in his 20s.
Can someone in the chat answer this and clear this up for us, please? Because listen, I don't know anything really
It's
too much about
19
Star
years.
Wars.
It's 19 years.
19
Between
years?
Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope?
Yeah.
Because you guys are making me more confused than Star Wars does. So it's after Solo?
It's 10 years after Revenge.
So Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, which takes place 19 years ahead of Star Wars A New Hope. Huh.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm looking at the chronological order here.
Anyways.
Got it.
So
the 30-year timeline is between Return of the Jedi and the new trilogy.
Oh. Okay.
So that's where the 30-year comes from.
Okay. So now does that make sense?
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So are you guys excited? Let me know in the chat. Are you guys excited to see Hayden Christensen back in Obi-Wan, which just wrapped filming? So we should be potentially getting our first look soon.
That it didn't wrap filming. That they're
Oh my
still
God,
filming.
you guys are killing me right now. You guys are killing me right now.
But Gavin's not. Gavin's bringing us to life with that new membership. Thank you so much, Gavin. Thank you.
Gavin, you just saved my day. I'm more confused right now than a hooker in church because
right.
But all right. So Todd, what is going on? What is going on?
Okay, so look, yeah, it's gonna take place at the midway mark, right? Of the hey, that's my show. Where did that come from?
Coming soon. Lean on me.
Whoa, what's up? What's up?
All right, so tell me. So Hayden Christensen is back as Darth Vader, but in a different way. He's tubed up,
more
he's
agile,
up,
younger.
He's younger. He's angrier. He's pissed off. He's still super skilled, and he's rage fighting and killing everybody. And what is Obi-Wan doing? Why is Obi-Wan doing what he's doing?
That's what we're not sure about, right? Because at the end of Revenge of the Sith, 1 second. At the end, excuse me, I had to cough. At the end of Revenge of the Sith, Obi-Wan is sent into like hiding or exile, right? To look out for Luke. He's told by Yoda to go and hide. But he is given a mission right off the bat. Obviously, this takes place 10 years after, so I'm not sure where we'll find him. He is given the mission, though, to go to a planet and figure out how to get in contact with his old master, Qui-Gon Jinn, from the afterlife through the Force. And so we do know that Obi-Wan and Yoda, right? They learn how to become Force ghosts before they die and communicate. So I believe he goes, figures out how to. Andrew, there we go. Just in time. We got Star Wars coming soon. So Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Our topic of the night, guys, is Spider-Man No Way Home. So we're ending on a wicked high note. That's a Boston thing. Sorry. We're ending on it's going to be a while. This show ain't ending for quite some time, folks. So Spider-Man No Way Home is our topic of the night. And we are moving our way through the topic list. Right now we are on Star Wars. We're going to get to the Batman. We're going to get to CinemaCon, Matrix 4, and Spider-Man No Way Home. So as of right now, we're getting taught by Austin something. So keep going.
Yes. So yeah, in Kenobi, at the end of Revenge of the Sith, he's set to learn how to communicate with Qui-Gon. Ace Bart's great question, and yes, I do. I do think Liam Neeson will cameo
as a Force ghost.
As a Force ghost, yes,
that would be dope.
He's talked about his openness to do it, and if I could be wrong, but I believe he's voiced the character in Clone Wars at some point.
Liam Neeson, listen, it's not like he's he's out there doing dumb action franchises. He can come back as a Star Wars
playing an ice trucker, Ty. That is a smart and
come on, get out of here. Liam Neeson is the worst typecasted role I've ever seen. He could just come back and be, what's his name in Star Wars?
Qui-Gon.
He just needs to come back and be Qui-Gon forever, be a Force ghost forever, and be in the Star Wars franchise forever so he can keep making money and feeding his family instead of fighting wolves in the middle of terrible movies. So with that being said,
exactly.
The only thing good he's done
right.
The only thing good he's done is be in the Dark Knight. Batman Begins. I'm sorry, it wasn't even the Dark Knight.
Poor
Taken was the worst.
I like Taken. I like
the worst movies I've ever seen. Taken is the worst. Taken is the worst franchise that was ever created, and they milked it for all it was worth. It was so terrible, god awful. Every single time the story was the same.
Right. Listen.
All right, so here's the list of people that are in Obi-Wan Kenobi. We have Ewan McGregor reprising his role. Hayden Christensen reprising his role. Moses Ingram, Joel Edgerton, my man.
Yes, he plays the uncle to Luke.
Okay.
He plays the uncle to Luke.
All right, and then Bonnie Pesci. Kumail Nanjiani's in it.
Yep, I have no idea what he's gonna play, but I'm sure he'll be in the comic.
They're bringing Indians into Star Wars now. I love this.
Right.
I love this. And then, speaking of, just because of her name, Indira Varma. I don't know who she is. Rupert Friend. I do know him. O'Shea Jackson Jr., who is, H-Bart. Get out of here. Get the out of here. I'll direct Taken 4 is right after Justice League.
Odds rights taken for. Classic.
I'm busy on Justice League. Don't you want Justice League? O'Shea Jackson Jr., who is an up and coming actor. He was in the movie. What's that movie? Which
one?
Where he played his dad.
Straight Outta Compton.
Straight Outta Compton. He did really well. Sung Kang.
I think we'll be seeing Cad Bane earlier than Kenobi, my friend. The
yeah. Sung Kang, Simon Cassell, and Benny Safdie. So we got them all in Obi-Wan Kenobi. So the cast list is looking good. There's a good cast list right there.
So Joel Egerton and Bonnie are reprising their roles as Uncle Lars and the Owens, basically.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Thank you.
And then you have Indira Varma, which we've seen her on set in a gear of the Republic. So I mean, not the Republic. Yeah, the Republic. So she's rumored to play Governor Price.
Wow.
From the Rebel show, and Rupert Friend is also rumored to play Agent Callus from the. And then Camille.
Is he going to be is that the Imperial?
Yeah, he's an Imperial officer.
Right. Where are the Inquisitors?
Gavin.
I hear the Inquisitors.
Gavin was right.
Soon Kang is rumored to play the fifth brother, and I think Benny, O'Shea, and Simone and Camille do not have roles revealed yet. While everyone else has.
They're Inquisitors.
Okay.
I need Inquisitors in this series.
Well, Inquisitors are in the series.
Like the Drifter says,
and Moses Ingram.
Like the Drifter says, make sure to support the channel and subscribe, like, share, and show your friends or enemies for people to watch. We do it for you. We do it for the culture. I love that.
This is interesting, right? Obi-Wan's
do you guys
think
this show is going to be good? Do you think the show?
I do, but they have to be careful, right? Because there is in the Star Wars lore, Obi-Wan is supposed to be in hiding, looking out and watching to make sure Luke is safe.
Okay.
I think this will show him that he needs to do that. Before, he was not told that he needs to make sure Luke is safe. Before, he was told that he needs to learn to communicate with Force Ghosts.
Oh, he is told to go look after the boy. He said go look after the boy, but first I'm sending you to a planet to communicate learn how to cheat.
Hold on. Also with this article I was showing up, but it says that that Leia is also a big part of this story, and that and that Leia is a big part of the story.
Yeah, very interesting.
And funny
thing
is,
how are they going to include Leia?
Because Leia is an Alderaan, and I think Camille Naji is an Alderanian officer, and he's the one that's taking care of Leia, while the other two are doing politics.
Ooh, that's a good point, H-Birds. He has to find out that, no, he can. I'm sure he can put two and two together, right? There's a new. And yes, because he's called. He's called
Kenobi
Vader.
Does not know that he's Vader.
No, he does. Kenobi
does. At the end
Kenobi
of Revenge of the Sith, he doesn't know.
At the end of Revenge of the Sith, yes,
he does not know. Actually, it's real that George Lucas says that he does not. Obi-Wan Kenobi does not. They don't know who Darth Vader is. They know he's a new Sith Lord, but they don't know who he is.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And even in in Rebels, even Ahsoka doesn't know. No one knows who Darth Vader is.
Ahsoka knows by the end of Clone Wars.
By the end of Rebels, she knows who he is.
By the end of Clone Wars.
No.
Because
Rebels,
the whole Darth Maul fight at the end of season 7.
Yeah.
Darth Maul tells her.
He tells her that he's a Sith Lord, but doesn't tell her that he's Vader. And then Rebels, Ahsoka finds out that she puts two and two together when they across Vader, when Rebels and Ahsoka across Vader, she puts two and two together and she's like, that's Anakin. Anakin is Darth Vader. She knows that he's a Sith Lord.
I'll confirm or deny.
What? I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't making fun of your little dispute.
Yeah, and I literally just watched the Rebels episode of Ahsoka finding out that Anakin is Darth Vader, and I'm watching Ty mimic me right now.
She seemed to have suspicions about who he
Logan.
was, but didn't uncover the truth until Shroud of Darkness. Okay.
Yeah.
Come Ty.
That's so why that doesn't make okay, now this is all starting to fall apart for me now. Cause what the heck was that about with Darth Maul telling him, hey, the new apprentice over here trying to tell you, and then
because
she realizes
yeah,
all this stuff, the
so-
poster, and I'm like
Kai says in Rebels, she cuts Vader's mask and hears, yeah. But okay, so this is the timeline of them finding. This is the timeline of Darth Vader and stuff. Obi-Wan Kenobi goes to Mustafar
Jesus,
to
Logan.
fight to bring back Anakin to arrest him for his crimes, But Anakin does not comply. Anakin and them have a fight. While that fight is happening, Maul and Ahsoka are fighting on Mandalore. Maul knows about Palpatine's plans about turning Anakin into a Sith Lord.
Right.
But he doesn't know what the Sith Lord name would be. He only knows that he'll be his new apprentice and a Sith Lord. And then once he hears that Obi-Wan killed Anakin, he's like, okay, then Anakin's gone. That apprentice is gone. And then in the Rebels, he learns that there's a new apprentice named Darth Vader. And then when Obi-Wan kills Maul,
What if Darth Maul comes back?
Maul finds out that it is Vader, and the reason why Obi-Wan's on Tatooine is to protect Luke and Leia.
So now that's where things would really get. Because already, this is a little iffy. All of this.
You think this is a little convoluted?
They're playing a little too much here with some of this, and this is the most Filoni I think Filoni has played with the timeline.
And they have Deborah Chow, who did a lot of episodes in season 1 and 2 of Mandalore.
Right, she did a couple. I mean, now Darth Maul wouldn't make sense for Darth to come in here because
I would like Sam Witwer to come back.
I guess as a flashback, maybe as a flashback, but
because he's not dead yet. Maul's not dead yet by the time Obi-Wan happens. He dies
in Kenobi.
Yeah.
I thought he dies when Luke is a kid. He goes to try and find him when he's like a baby.
Maul is trying to find Obi-Wan, and he finds out that Obi-Wan is on Tatooine.
Obi-Wan is looking after Luke. Right,
and that's when Obi-Wan and Maul.
But I thought that happens when he's a baby. Right.
He's like 10 probably. So.
That'd be wild if they brought that scene like to life in live action. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
All right, guys. It's we got one more Star Wars topic. So we'll just jump into.
Speaking of Rebels.
Yeah, speaking of Rebels.
Right.
So Ahsoka has someone new showing up. Can you tell me who that is?
Right.
Yes. So Sabine Wren is the daughter of Bo-Katan's right-hand woman of Mandalore. And so Mandalore, is all the Mandalorians coming from. Sabine is, the House of Wren. Mandalore is basically Star Wars' version of Game of Thrones. Like that whole House of and all that stuff. So they're casting her. There's a couple of names that people have heard, but people mostly have heard Tati Gabrielle, who was in Sabrina, this Netflix Sabrina show.
Oh, I love that show.
Yeah, that show is amazing, and she was amazing.
Wait! Are we talking about Sabrina the Witch?
Yeah.
Yeah, that show was so good.
She played Prudence.
Oh yeah. She played one of the sisters.
Yeah, the weird.
Yeah,
sisters.
she's awesome.
Yeah, and so that's the rumor that. So basically, what Ahsoka is that because Ahsoka is the Rebels sequel, it comes right after when Ahsoka meets Mando, and then when she goes to find Sabine, this is the scene where she finds Sabine. So the events are Mando, then this, and then the Ahsoka show happens, and they go find Thrawn and Ezra, because she finds out through Sabine that Thrawn and Ezra are together and disappeared. So that's what the miniseries is about. Is that they are going to go find Ezra and Thrawn. And Ezra and Thrawn have been rumored to be casted. Mina Masoon, who played Aladdin in the live action Aladdin, is playing Ezra, and Thrawn, is played by Lawrence Mickelson, who voices Thrawn in both Rebels. And I think he voiced him, and I think Thrawn made an appearance in the video game, I believe. I'm not sure. But Lawrence Mickelson's coming back to play live action Thrawn. And so Tati Gabrielle is the number one. Tatia Gabrielle is the number one name that people are hearing. That is Sabine. And I believe we'll hear more stuff about that on November 12th, Disney Plus Day. But yeah, and so Rosario Dawson is playing Ahsoka. I don't remember who's writing I think Dave Filoni is writing it, and I believe not Jon Favreau. I forget who's directing it. But yeah, it's a limited series. It's Ahsoka and Sabine and possibly Rex is a venture to find Ezra and Thrawn. And so the way that Ezra and Thrawn are disappeared in the Rebels finale, where Ezra and the Rebels are fighting the Republic, and there's like these new Force squids that they find in the earlier season, that they get them, and basically Ezra calls to them, and they latch onto Thrawn's ship, and they leave. And now Ezra and Ahsoka and Sabine are now on the search to find where did Ezra and Thrawn end up at. It's written by Dave Filoni, it's showrun by Dave Filoni, but we don't know who the director is yet. The director is still unknown, and I believe that, and also the Thrawn might be the big bad for all of the Mandalorian verse stuff. So that is. But so yeah, that is what is. So that's what's going on with that. That's Ahsoka. So we hit Kenobi, we hit Ahsoka, we hit Book of Boba Fett. Do I think Ezra and Thrawn are buddy now? Not really. I think they're like allies, but Thrawn is always 10 steps ahead of everyone, so he's always lurking in the shadows to to do something. He has the upper hand on everything, so he's I think they're not buddy, but I think they are allies. But then Moff Gideon might see that Thrawn is back and take Moff Gideon and Thrawn back and to do something with that.
There was just a fire in my house.
Oh, nice!
What?
That's great.
Yeah. I started smelling something. Sorry, I took off, guys.
Yeah.
What?
Someone had something in the oven, and I started smelling it. So I don't know if you guys just saw me take off.
Yeah. I thought you were chasing up there.
No. I smelled something, and I smelled burning, and I ran upstairs, and someone had something in the oven, and they fell asleep because I rent 2 rooms out to people. You know those little sausages?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had those in the oven, just cooking, and they were literally sparked on, like, they're greasy, so the grease caught on fire in the pan.
Oh,
and I pulled it out,
Wow.
put it in the sink, turned the sink on.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I made a coffee.
Thrawn is I think Thrawn is one of the best Star Wars villains.
You guys are still on this? Come on.
Yeah. Well, I was stalling.
As you can see, my light fell off because I came in and kicked it over. Give me 1 sec. What a train wreck!
Right.
What's going on in Ty's house right now? Oh my god.
being
They-
torn apart.
Oh yeah, they announced the Kira a comic, which I think they might use to find if there's a Kira fan base to do a show for her.
Guys, my
There
house
you
slightly burned down, so if you could send some money so I can fix my kitchen.
So, yeah.
Just kidding.
Right.
No, but all right. So let's move on. All right.
Yeah.
So Star Wars. Let's recap it. So Austin, recap what's going on in Star Wars live action.
All right, so we got Boba Fett series happening with Cad Bane appearing. We got the Ahsoka series with Thrawn and Ezra, and the search continuing for Ezra from where Rebels left off. You got Darth Vader appearing in Kenobi with TIE Wars. With
no, but I do think that's why Logan came in here.
Right.
Logan was like, "Come here,"
because he usually
He
just
can
stays
smell it.
upstairs, and like if I'm on a show, if I'm sitting at this seat, because I have another desk, I have another office, I have plenty of rooms in the house. If I'm in this seat, he usually knows. He kind of like hangs out upstairs or whatever. And this time he came in, and he kind of poked his head in and was like, "Yo, bro, you in here? Like something's on fire upstairs." And I was like, "Come here, come here, come here." Yeah. So yes, I do think that's why he came in to alert me. He's such a good dog.
Yeah. Good doggy.
TIE Wars.
Right.
Wars.
But yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Hayden Christensen back as Darth Vader, and yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
Oh, sorry guys. Sorry.
Whoa.
I didn't mean to do that. Okay.
Wow.
Great. All righty. Guess what? We have some huge DC topics to talk about, guys. If you are fans of the DCEU, we have some Flash movie news. Then we have some alternate universe DC news, including the Batman. And what did Patty Jenkins do to get fired up against Warner Brothers? We shall see after this. All right, guys. So the Flash movie, we have some casting updates. So we have some casting updates, guys. So the Flash, as you know, the Flash movie.
Right,
has...
Gavin?
What?
Nothing. I was just
smiling.
Like,
I have no idea what they're talking about. Just a smile and wave, boy.
Yep.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Here's something I do know about. The Flash. So can you?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Bye. We're gonna go back to this because I like this. So the Flash movie. So what's her name? So I'm gonna have a hard time pronouncing it. It's Saoirse Monica Jackson, and she's potentially playing Caiden. Get the picture? Either one of three characters: Patty Spivot, or Mirror Master, or Golden Glider, or a combination of potentially Patty Spivot and Mirror Master. Now, these roles, I mean, do you know who Mirror Master is in the comic books?
No, I'm not too familiar with Mirror Master. I know some other.
Well, Mirror Master was just featured in the Flash TV series, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah. I definitely don't watch that.
And it was very convoluted. It was a kind of a weird story. Iris is trapped behind the mirror, but it seems like they're bringing. So it's a character. I wouldn't be surprised if she's playing a combination of Patty Spivot and Mirror Master. Actually, I do need Caiden. I do need him. Caiden. So can you explain why she would be playing a combination? You explained it pretty good earlier.
So with the Flash movie, oh my god, I was just dying on this. So with the Flash movie, there was a casting grid of a female assassin, which we all know female assassin. With casting grids, they always cover up with either a name or a theme of the character. So female assassin can mean rogue, or whatever. She's avenging her brother's death, and the only character that has a brother is has a brother's Golden Glider, but there's also rumors that she's my Mirror Master. So put two and together, so there might be a way where they split Mirror Master into two characters. They have the brother and the both. It'd be like twins that are both Mirror Masters, and it's on Burton's Earth. So it's not just on DCEU; it's on Burton's Earth, where them two were working with someone, and then the brother died, and then she's like avenging her brother's death.
Yeah, which
way.
would which would fall in line. Like they do stuff like that in the Flash TV series all the time.
Yeah, they do that, and it also adds to the drama that Andy's trying to bring to this like human drama story.
Yeah. Yep. So what do you guys think about this Flash movie and the way it's rounding out?
I think story-wise, it seems like with the character-wise and story-wise, I think it'll fascinate some people and it'll be unexpected for some as well.
That hit me in the face. that hit me in
fail.
the face. I was trying to do the
right.
It won't go.
It won't go.
This is the first list of topics that we did earlier. All right, there it is. Goodbye.
There you go. You did it.
We also have
Everyone clap for Ty.
So we also have Rudy Manisco potentially playing the Trickster. This is all speculation, guys. Please take it with a grain of salt. We are not confirming anything. These are rumors that came across our table. So Randy Mancuso potentially playing Albert Desmond, aka the Trickster.
Well, no.
So they're bringing in a lot of characters from
Albert Desmond and Trickster are two different characters. Albert Desmond is Dr. Alchemy.
Oh, he is Dr. Alchemy. That's correct.
Albert Desmond is so why I'm thinking this is because on set, the day that they posted
you are right.
You are right. Rudy posted pictures on set the same day that pictures were released that they were at set for CCPD forensics lab. And there was also trailer pictures with Albert, Patty, and one other name. And we know that David Singh is in this movie as well. So I have a feeling, I have same feeling, Drifter. Same feeling. Also because yesterday, Ian Ho, who plays young Barry Allen, posted a picture of him and Andy in young Barry Allen's room. Yes. And all the posters back there where it had Scooby-Doo 2, Cats and Dogs, dinosaur like posters, which we all know that Barry Allen loved dinosaur fossils and dinosaurs in general. And it seemed very, 2000s kid who's, growing, who's, like
very meta.
Very meta, Them using Warner Brothers posters. Yeah.
Do you guys think that this movie is becoming too much?
No,
I don't know. I'm trying to stay optimistic about it.
And
right?
do you think it's so? Is this movie? Do you think this movie will exist in coherence with the Snyderverse?
Yes, I think
with
so.
all these with the introduction of all these characters, the Trickster, Albert Desmond, Dr. Alchemy, what's her name? Patty Pivot, Golden Glider, Mirror Master. These are all very. I mean, we're going rogues gallery, but we're passing the good ones.
Yes,
we're passing like where's Captain Cold? You know what I mean? Like where's Captain Cold? Where's Reverse Flash? These are the villains that I want to be hearing about. Yet we're hearing about Patty goddamn Pivot. I don't really get out of here with that. I want to hear about Reverse Flash. Where is Reverse Flash? Because you can't have story.
The funny thing is with yesterday's set photo of Ian Ho, who plays young Mary Allen, in his room, kind of confirms that we will see the murder of Nora Allen.
Which involves the Reverse Flash kills her.
So we will probably see a yellow red
the
blur.
Reverse Flash. We'll see the yellow.
Yeah, we'll see the yellow red blur do something. So
do you think they'll set up
I
Reverse
think they'll
Flash
set up
as the
for
future
Flash
villain?
as a future villain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because then they'll have rogues for this villain, oh my god, I hate to make this comparison, but it's funny thing is No Way Home and Flash are doing this with Flash villains and Spider-Man villains, where the big Flash villain rogues and the big Spider-Man villain Sinister Six are being made up through the multiverse for their movies. So
Mhm.
and so that's like, but
Which
anyways,
which
which is fine.
I don't have a problem with, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like, dude, we got H parts and real almost in a year.
Yeah.
I'm looking to fund you guys' movie where you guys dress up, and so I'm looking to fund that. But I can only do that with your help. So, guys, let me know in the chat. What are you thinking about the Flash movie? Is it becoming too convoluted? We have Supergirl, we have the Flash, we have Ben Affleck's Batman, we have Michael Keaton's Batman, we have Supergirl, Sasha Kaije, her Supergirl.
Sakaye.
Now we have
one of those
Rudy
two.
Mancuso. Then it's becoming a lot. And is it going to be set in the Snyderverse? Is it going to
So
is it going to
Miller, yes,
hold
Mike
faithful?
Keaton, Ben Affleck.
Will it hold faithful to the Snyderverse, or will it Days of Future Past the Snyderverse?
I mean, we know 8 people are casted, and then there's 5 other people that are rumored to be
If
part
you
of
say
it.
casted one more time,
Okay, I'm sorry. Cast in this movie. We're missing Tim Drake in live action.
no, you're
Watch
not.
the Titans
No, you're not.
show.
Titans, baby.
Watch
Right
the
for
Titans.
the. Well, I
He's
know you
being
guys have
set
seen
up.
more episode.
Yeah, he's
but
being
yeah,
set up. So, ixnay on that.
I was for the 2 seconds.
It's not 2 seconds. He gets a whole.
So far,
Yeah.
No,
so
it's
far
not. You got a whole
this
scene.
season.
You
He has
get
a whole.
you get introduces his
He has
mother
like
and
5
father.
scenes in the first episode.
Yeah, get out of here.
It's
You
basically.
Get
have
outta
no
here
idea
with
what you're
it.
talking about. You just have a
Basically,
preconceived notion to hate Titans because you think
I don't. I
Yes,
like
you do.
Titans.
You
I
and
like
Jack,
Titans.
you and Jack both are like,
I like Titans. I've been very.
force it. It had to find
Yeah,
force
season
myself
2
to
was
watch it.
Well, season 2
Get out of
was
here.
rough. Oh, come
Season
on!
2 was
You
rough.
admit season 2 was rough.
No,
and you know it.
I admit that the finales of both seasons 1 and 2 do not live up
Season
to
2
what
is
the seasons build it up to be.
Season 2 is more all over the place than the theatrical cut of Batman versus Superman.
Dude, you're out of your
Oh,
mind.
Tim Drake for Snyderverse?
I mean, look, I think a lot of these like the kid that plays Nightwing, Brendan Thwaites, dude, him in the
kills it.
Snyderverse would have been
It would have been great.
Even Kieran Walters in the Snyderverse would have been pretty sick. Look, there's
Is
a lot
he
of
dead,
things I
though?
like about Titans.
Is he
We're
dead,
still
though?
working on getting Kieran Walters on the show, guys. Potentially having that happen. Hey, you know what we can confirm? Richard Citroni on October 9th will be returning. Not return. Why did I say returning?
Yeah, it was
Not
Why did I say
returning.
first
returning?
time over at the Pop Culture Corner. Actually,
First time at the Pop Culture Corner. Richard Citrone or Citroni, however you pronounce it. But he's famous for being Ben Affleck's Batman stunt professional, as well as a slew of other things.
Yes.
If you go through his track record, I mean, he had to. So we were originally going to have him on a month ago, and he literally called us and was like, "Hey, I got called in to do a project, so I will be available in October." So we confirmed October 9th. It's going to be a good time. By the way, tomorrow, Wonder Meg joins me on the Pop Culture Corner podcast. Just a little plug so you remember. We will be doing that live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, same time as tonight. So me and Wonder Meg and Austin will be having a nice conversation about the Snyderverse tomorrow night if you want to join. Guys, we're going to continue talking about DC, but we're going to continue after this. All right, so at CinemaCon 2021, the people in attendance got a new, so it was a combination of the 2020 DC fandom trailer with a mix of new footage and new shots they were able to see from the Batman. I'm expecting that we'll be able to get that look at this year's DC fandom. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that's what they're going to do?
I think it's going to be, honestly, I think that trailer is going to stay for, I don't think people are going to see that. I don't think we'll see that CinemaCon trailer, maybe eventually. But I think DC fandom is going to have a whole new trailer. I think it would behoove them to have a whole new trailer. Because everything that I've heard from the Batman trailer that was at CinemaCon was it's basically the same thing with a couple extra clips.
So we would want something new because you don't want to do DC fandom. Like you don't want to have, you don't want to bring in an exact like carbon copy just with new stuff. Exactly. 2 years in a row. That would look stupid.
Right.
Exactly. With the film completed and the March release date. Yeah.
Right. What people revealed about the footage is that they also saw Andy Serkis finally as Pennyworth, and he had white hair, the vest, and
DC fandom is in October, folks. October 16th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, October 16th.
And guys, we do have some news actually. Before we start talking about the Batman, I do want to say something. Oh, sorry. I messed it up. Guys, we are going to be covering. Please don't mock me or don't clip me, please, for what I'm about to say. We are going to be covering the Netflix Day thing. We're going to be oh god. Ta-dum. I don't know why they're calling it that. But
it's great marketing.
We are going to be covering that. So just like we covered CinemaCon, guys, Netflix Day, ta-dum, is going to be here at the Pop Culture Corner. Caiden, what day is that?
November 12th.
Nope, September.
Oh, September 29th.
September 29th. Ta-dum! We'll be here on Pop Culture Corner. Then, October 16th, we will be covering DC fandom, just like we did CinemaCon, and ta-dum, here at Pop Culture Corner. So where's the best place to be at all these conventions and all these cool things? It's right here on the Pop Culture Corner, baby. And then we're going to cover Disney Plus Day. What day is that?
November 12th.
All right, guys. So make sure that you heard it here first. All three of those events, you need to be here at the Pop Culture Corner because the best place besides inside the convention center is right here at the Pop Culture Corner, baby. All right. That's all I had to say. Back to it. So the Batman. So they got a new look. They got to see Pennyworth. We got to see Andy Serkis as Alfred finally. You got some white hair going on. We see very much a year 2 Batman in the works. Guys, what are you thinking about the Batman series?
I'm really looking
forward in the chat too. Let me know. Are you excited for the Batman series, or do you think it was too soon to make a new Batman? Considering Ben Affleck exists.
No, if they start, if they recast and do a new story, I think that's fine. I'm really not that upset because it's not like they're saying Ben Affleck's Batman is can't do any more Batman stuff. It's just taking place in a different universe.
We're living in a world where there's so many multiversal things going on. I mean, look at that. Marvel and DC both are hitting the multiverse mark at the same exact time. There's no, it's not coincidence. Thank you, H Barks, for the $2 super chat. Is it rated R? We don't know yet, but I would assume that it's not going to be.
Yeah.
Even though it's hardcore.
I think it's going to be hard PG-13.
Yeah. It's going to be I bet, because Matt Reeves' Apes movies, they were pretty dark.
However, but they're still PG-13.
Exactly.
PG-13.
They pushed the limits of PG-13, but they didn't go past. So H Barts, I would say no. I would say no, it's not going to be rated R simply because of general audiences. However, I still wouldn't bring your 5-year-old to watch this movie.
Right.
It looks like it's going to
be pretty cover their eyes every 5 minutes.
Exactly. It's just, that's just the fact of it. So, we know. So do you think that this movie will get a trilogy?
Oh yeah.
Matt Reeves has a huge deal with DC, WB, and with Batman characters especially. So I definitely think we already have the GCPD show in the works. We have another spin-off show in the works. And we already have the sequel in the works.
Got the animated series.
Hi says, I like that his Batmobile isn't a tank. It's actually a car again. Feels very back to basics, which is personally my kind of Batman. Listen, you're 100% right. I like the back to the early days of Batman. Back when the cops, it doesn't look like the cops are chasing him in this one. It looks like he's working. He's fine. So I don't like that he's already working. Yeah, but he
He's
walks
li-
right into a crime scene that
right,
has
and
other
you can tell
police
there's
officers.
tension between the cops and Batman. But
Thank you,
Gordon,
H.
who's like
Parks.
in charge of that scene, who's not commissioner yet, but he's in charge of that case. He's like, if
Right.
you f with
Yeah,
this
but it
guy,
doesn't matter. If I was a cop, I would arrest him on site. In year 2, how is he already working with the police? That's the one thing I don't like.
maybe
If-
GCPD will explain that.
Right.
Hopefully.
Shout out H. Barts with that $5 super chat. Appreciate you, man.
What did he say?
If I ran WB, I'd scrap the Batman and keep Pattinson and Reeves set in 90s as a young Affleck.
Well,
That's pretty
originally,
good.
that's what a lot of people thought was happening.
Right.
A lot of people thought that that's what was happening because of because Ben Affleck was actually originally attached to this project, directing it, and then they brought Matt Reeves in to direct it, but Ben Affleck was still attached to play Batman, and then Warner
Ben
Brothers
Affleck.
decided Ben. Well, then Ben had his
Ben Affleck left because of
his own
reasons.
issues and
Yeah.
his attachment to Zack Snyder.
Right.
I'm sure that didn't help the fact. So
Right.
then they cast Robert Pattinson, and then they decided it's time we need to go with the multiverse.
Right. And
So that's when, if you notice, the correlation between when the Batman was greenlit and when the Flash finally, because you have to remember the Flash went through like 27 directors. Now all of a sudden it's in the works, 100% greenlit. Because they need it.
Mark Webb and Jordan Peele were also part of those directors that were offered the Flash movie.
Wow.
So
yeah, I just think it's no coincidence that this Batman is happening at the same exact time that the Flash finally gets his director and gets off the ground. Because I'm almost confident that Warner Brothers is going to try to erase something with this Flash movie, and it makes me uncomfortable.
I'm waiting to see. Yeah.
When has Warner Brothers ever not let us down?
Oh no, they've let us down quite a bit, but still, it's again, right? I'm optimist. I'm waiting to see what Andy does, right? What Andy.
I love Andy. I really do. I thought the It films.
Except the second.
What? No, they were both good. Like they were both fun to watch. They were both It movies. Like definitely better than the original. The original made for TV movie, I couldn't care less about. Honestly, people give it so much credit, but honestly, it sucks. It really does. It looks like a Lifetime movie. And if you want to at me about that, let's go. Trust me, I'll debate it all day. It's a bad movie. The only good thing about it was Homeboy is It. He killed it. Literally. He killed it. But the rest of the movie was terrible. This remake put substance to it. And I'm glad that it happened. And I'm glad Andy Muschietti got known for it. And I'm interested to see what he's doing with the Flash. I mean, Sasha Kaije, she's a hometown girl. She lived right up the street from me. Well, she lived right up the street from me back in the day. I'm hoping for her, but I really want her to be attached to Henry Cavill's Superman. We saw that there's rumors, or someone leaked that they saw Henry Cavill on set with Batman and Supergirl. No, Batman and Supergirl, right?
They said, I can't believe I'm set with Flash, Batman, and Superman.
Flash, Batman, and Superman. We don't know which Batman it was.
Ben Affleck wasn't on set, so it's Keaton and Cavill having an interaction.
But it could have been the stunt. Could have been the stand-in over the top shot.
Oh God, she's.
It could be.
I mean, why would you
it could be a stand-in
Cavill to do that if you're gonna just do?
Because they couldn't get Cavill and Affleck there the same day, so they had a stand-in so that they could do the lines that Henry directs at him. But then, Ben will do the lines that are directed towards Henry after the fact, and when he can be there. It's totally plausible. You know how they do that over the top shot? Okay, all right, bye.
Probably his AirPod.
Yeah, it's his AirPods. But yeah, so we don't know which Batman was on set that day. We don't. It's impossible to know. He won't say. The guy that confirmed it or the guy that leaked it won't say. So, it could be Keaton's Batman. And guess what? Either way, I'd be happy with whatever. I'm interested to see the story. I don't want them to erase the Snyderverse. I don't because I want the possibility of it to be able to live on HBO Max. And I think it's bullshit that they can sit there and come out at Fandom and say, we're going to give everyone the heroes they want. You can pick your Batman, your Superman, your Aquaman, yada, 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 yada. But the Snyderverse is the only set of heroes that we can't pick from.
Right.
Well, what kind of bullshit is that? Whatever.
Hey man, you know,
Whatever.
WB,
Whatever.
man. The
You know
best.
what? Speaking of WB, someone spoke out against you. Someone spoke out against you, and let's find out who it was. All righty. So,
Ooh.
my girl, Patty Jenkins, out there dissing Warner Brothers. Caiden, can you bring up the thing that I need? The thing that I need where she said. But look at her doing the I picked this picture because it looks like she's doing Wakanda Forever, even though she's just tapping the gauntlets together. But it looks like she's doing Wakanda Forever, and I really like that. But she went out there dissing Warner Brothers. We'll take a look at what she said here. So, Caiden, can you scroll? Where's Austin? Where'd he go? I can't see anything.
Here. I just I've been.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
All right, go to the top of it. Let's read it. Let's read it from the top. Oh God, I hate being out of control. It makes me uncomfortable. Patty Jenkins, not a fan of day and date, says HBO Max move with Wonder Woman 1984 was best choice in a bunch of bad choices. All right, let's keep scrolling.
Which she's talked about before.
Yes, she has. Anyone who skipped CinemaCon this year out of fear for the pandemic in Las Vegas missed a Spitfire. Yeah, right. Spitfire of a luncheon chat Thursday afternoon. Not only was Patty Jenkins smashing the theatrical day and date model and wagging a finger at exhibition over the decline in movie-going experience, but also Paramount domestic distribution boss Chris Aronson put Marcus Theaters CEO and president Orlando Rodriguez in check over exhibitors' ticket pricing. When Natch asked about the hindsight of Wonder Woman 1984 going theatrical day and date on HBO Max, Jenkins exclaimed it was the best choice in a bunch of bad choices at the moment and a heartbreaking experience. As we know, guys, I'm putting this in right now, but as we know, Patty Jenkins is a huge theatrical release person. She's a huge advocate for theatrical experience, as well as guys like Chris Nolan and guys like Zack Snyder. So she's up there with them. So she really kind of slams Warner Brothers with this one, saying that, it was a mistake, but it was the best mistake we could make in a bunch of bad choices. So, I mean, she's not happy with the way that Wonder Woman 1984, even though it was huge for HBO Max, brought in a ton of subscribers and still sits among one of the most viewed movies on HBO Max to date. She's still not happy because the theatrical experience was ruined.
Yep.
I saw it in theaters and I thought it was a terrible movie, but I still saw it in theaters. So I think it was a terrible movie and the way it was released is terrible as well. I am not a fan of day and date releases. By the way, guys, we will be doing Shang-Chi from Showcase Cinemas next Friday. So get ready for that, guys. It's going to be super fun. For all of you newcomers, because we do have a lot of new faces, new regulars in here as of lately. What we do, we work directly with one of the largest theater chains in the country. What we do is we go to the theater and they let us go see the movie for free and then review it from the theater, from inside the theater. So next week for the opening of Shang-Chi, we'll be doing it live from Showcase Cinemas. I can't wait for you guys to join. We do a non-spoiler portion and a spoiler portion. So even if you haven't seen the movie, by the time we do the show, you can stay for the beginning portion and you can leave for the end portion, but you can still show up and show your support. Guys, it's going to be super fun. We have so much in the works for you. It's not even funny. Me and Austin have been putting our heads together every single day, coming up with content that you will enjoy. I promise. So Patty Jenkins not too happy, guys. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. I would like to know, do you think day and date release works, or does it not work? Or was it the only choice we had for the pandemic? All right, guys, we are into our finale. Well, we're getting into our finale. We're getting into our finale, guys. So we'll be right back. All right, Austin.
Whoo, there we go. There we go. That's right. Speaking of Warner Brothers,
let's talk about John Wick Day.
right. Speaking of that, speaking of Warner Brothers,
Keanu Reeves Day. I'm sorry.
Right, Keanu Reeves. Warner Brothers did announce this year at CinemaCon that a part of their day and date, thing that they were doing, Matrix 4 is a part of that, and it will happen in December, and it is titled Matrix 4 Resurrections. I agree with you, Andrew. I want to see that trailer that they showed the audience at CinemaCon. It apparently takes place with Neo back in the Matrix, kind of living as a normal life, forgetting the events of the first 3 films, where he runs across Trinity and possibly a younger Morpheus, offering him a red pill and a blue pill.
They're definitely starting this. They're like soft rebooting it.
I don't think so, man.
I think they're soft reboot. Dude, it's literally the same exact friggin' story. He's getting the choice to take the pills. He's prescribed 2 blue. It's literally this. I think what they're doing is soft rebooting it to get another trilogy out of it.
I think if that's possible,
he's gonna learn to be Neo again. Like he has to relearn to be Neo.
But no, because the trailer shows him he knows how to be Neo. He knows. In fact, the trailer shows him redirecting. It shows the classic him stopping bullets, but then it shows him redirecting a missile towards a helicopter with his telekinesis. So
once he takes the red pill, he's instantly back to knowing exactly what to do.
I'm not sure what the story is, but I'm certainly intrigued. I am intrigued, and I look forward to seeing what they do. I mean, they could absolutely butcher it, but they got a lot of good things going for it, right?
Andrew Casale just made me almost die laughing.
They can't. Well, I don't think Lawrence Fishburne is that expensive nowadays.
No, not nowadays. He probably makes a ton of royalties off the Matrix, though. Honestly.
Yeah,
a ton of royalties from the Matrix, and everything else he's ever been in.
Right, John Wick in the Ant-Man movie helped a bit. His 20 seconds in Ant-Man was very important.
Yeah, well, honestly, Lawrence Fishburne, I'm very surprised that he's not. Do you think he'll make a slight cameo?
I do, and of course they don't want to say. They want to surprise people. But look, something is going on with time, with AI. Something here. Why do we have a younger Morpheus? Yeah. Why is Neo back in the Matrix after
after defeating the whole thing?
Right. After the events of the last film,
it seems like he finally decided. You know what? Remember who was the guy that turned on them in the Matrix? He was in Memento.
Yes.
You know who I'm talking about, right? He turned on them because he wanted to be put back in the Matrix and eat steak.
Yes.
Remember that whole thing? Spider, right? No, yes. Not Spider. Was it Spider? I forget his name. Matrix. But I feel like Neo finally got to that point where he was like, I just want to be back in the Matrix and I want to live a normal life and I want to go back to the cubicle and I just want to do nothing. I just want to be happy.
It does seem like that a little bit. But and that's very possible. I don't know. But yeah, could you imagine Neo finds out he's John Wick in the Matrix?
He finds out he finally, after 50 years of acting, he finally got it. He's like, oh yes, finally.
I'm John Wick. But yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm excited. I love the first Matrix film, and this seems to take a lot of elements from that first Matrix film. And so I hope the best, right?
No,
I'm
me
definitely
too.
gonna
Me
watch.
too. Me too. I'm actually
Yeah,
going to go back and rewatch all 3 Matrix to
yeah,
kind
me
of get
too. I was
back in
thinking
that
about it.
spirit. Maybe we could do some member only watch parties. Let us know in the comments, members. Members, let us know in the comments. Would you want to watch all 3 Matrix with us and kind of dissect them and see why maybe Neo could be in the place he's in at the
Mhm.
beginning of this trailer? Could we do that? Would that be
Yep.
fun? I think it would be fun. I know Caiden, our producer, is a huge fan of watch parties, so I'm sure
Yes.
he'd be down. But there were some other things that happened at CinemaCon as well.
Oh yes, and just to address this real quick, H parts. Why are both Wachowskis not working on this?
That is
So
a
actually,
very, very good question.
so Lana did come out and address why. She talked about how after after Cloud Atlas, they went right into Jupiter Ascending, and then they went right into Sense8 for Netflix. The two of them, right? They're always a team of seven. So there was no rift, no anything like that. Is after all that, she was still in the middle of her transition, as well, and she basically decided to take a break. All she said is she decided that she needed to physically give herself a break and take a step back. She fully is in support of this film and is, even I'm sure has a little hand behind the scenes and stuff. But yes, that is the reason that only one Wachowski is working on the film.
Interesting. Interesting. Well, you know what? I mean, one is better than none, right? And I'm sure that, I'm sure that like Austin said, I'm sure that she's got some input into
Yeah,
what's happening, right?
lots of firsts this year. We have the
Consulting.
first,
Consulting.
exactly. We have the first
Consulting.
Wachowski film that's only one Wachowski, and we have the
One
first Coen.
Chowski. One.
What?
Yes. Hashtag one Chowski.
Pop Culture Corner Nightly, ladies and gentlemen. This is where it's at. If you really want to get the latest, the greatest.
Only one Chowski.
Only
Not
one
one.
Wachowski is doing the Matrix this year.
Only one Chowski.
And
Not Dow. I can't.
and
Nope.
like the one Wachowski, there's only one Coen brother doing a Coen brother movie this year. So it's great. There's a one Wachowski and
Yo, that was my
a,
favorite. That was
and a
the
Woen
funniest.
brother and it's gonna be good.
All right, great stuff. Oh my god. Oy vey. But so CinemaCon also showed us some Top Gun stuff. I know you were excited about.
Woo! Top Gun, man.
Damn.
Top Gun Maverick.
Lower the gain on that mic, my friend. Woo!
Nah! Get excited. Get lit. Get hyped for Top Gun. I don't know how to lower the gain on the mic.
Here we go.
Top Gun. Go ahead.
Top Gun, dude.
So,
I cannot wait for
talk to
Top
me,
Gun 2.
Goose.
Top Gun Maverick. They showed the first opening 13 minutes of that movie, which was Tom Cruise's character Maverick, not Goose. Tom Cruise's character Maverick getting back in the fighter pilot, trying to get a Mach 10. Of course, it's a big kind of thrilling scene and moment. Can Maverick reach Mach 10, and will he go beyond? And it just seems like it absolutely exhilarated the crowd at CinemaCon. Everybody seemed really, really excited for it. I do think it's going to be one of the biggest films of the year. Tom Cruise, H Barts, thank you for the $10 super chat, man. You are the best.
Now,
Let's
Daryl,
see.
if
Now,
you ever
Daryl,
bring
if
me
you ever
inferior
bring me
toilet wine
inferior
again,
toilet
I'm gonna
wine
have to
again,
shake you in the showers, and I want to stay cool, boss. You know what I mean, boss? What's that from?
Probably Top Gun.
I've actually never seen Top Gun.
What? I've seen
Yes.
it. So you'd be surprised. I've seen it. But I'm terrible at remembering like quotes from movies, and
I feel like
don't
that
know
would
why.
be I feel like that'd be a Shawshank Redemption.
Right? With the toilet. King Shark. Yeah, quote. King Shark quote.
Quote. Oh, okay. No, but that's we had a question here from the watcher. Question, but H Bart, seriously, thank you so much for everything that you do. You're truly amazing. I love you. You and Real Elmo Cinema you're up there. We have so many great viewers now. Like, truly, I can't even explain how much like love I have for you guys. It really is. It's undeniable, unconditional. Question for Ty and Austin: have you seen the Kylo Ren SNL sketch? I have not.
I have, and I love it.
Should we
And
watch
it's great.
it? Should we
It's
watch
great.
it?
Yeah, we'll end it. Why don't we end it with that?
Okay. We're already
End
at
it with
2
the,
hours and 14 minutes. And we still have Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah, that's yeah.
So all right, guys, we're gonna move on from CinemaCon and
Yep.
jump right into our topic of. I'm gonna keep using Roblox as thing. All right, guys, our topic of the night tonight is Spider-Man No Way Home. Sony started off CinemaCon with one of the single greatest panels of all time, finishing it off with finally Spider-Man No Way Home. The thing we've been waiting for so long has finally arrived. The Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. And guess what? And we're going to take a look at it right now. Awesome. Keep talking while I find it.
Right, yeah. Well, guys, if you missed it, we were live Monday night when the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer dropped right here in the Pop Culture Corner.
First ones to show it.
That's right. It was pretty wild. It was pretty crazy. Over like
25,000 people here.
Yeah, it was absolutely crazy. And look, obviously, it's been talked about all week long. People theorizing. This is the most theories I've seen and most like excited I think I've seen since WandaVision. Even though WandaVision seemed to fail the excitement test once it premiered, I do think that this No Way Home film is going to really amp things up for the MCU. There's definitely some things right that are being talked about. Obviously, Doctor Strange looks a little off throughout this.
And that's what I wanted to talk about. And I said that from the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay? I've been saying this from the beginning that Doctor Strange doesn't seem right to me. Why? The devil does burn cold. Why is the Sanctum Sanctorum frozen in Halloween time? It doesn't make sense.
Right. Yes, but I don't think it's the Mephisto theory.
Oh, I'm not. I mean, I'm not really
as much as I want it to be. It's it's unfortunately probably not. But yes, of course, that Doc Ock, all the other crazy stuff. There was just this trailer.
All right, so let's take a look at the Spider-Man No Way Home official a 3-minute teaser trailer.
Let's go. A piece off of Tom, and then there's.
I don't think he's talking to Tom.
You're right. I don't think he's talking to Tom either. But I still want Doc Ock to rip that suit piece by piece.
Honestly, I'm not. I'm not one to think that Toby or Andrew are in the movie because I really don't think they are. But it doesn't seem like, because why would he say, "Hey, Peter," to someone who doesn't look like his Peter after? You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yep,
unless he's already been brought in and caught up to speed by the time he does that. Right. But it looks like that's his introduction.
There's a lot of theories. There's a lot of, I think, things that are going to happen here. Look, I think something is going to happen that puts Peter and Doctor Strange at odds. I don't think it's necessarily going to be like an evil version of Doctor Strange or whatever, but something's going to happen that's going to put them at odds. Look, Doctor Strange doing something like this is not out of character, like at all. Like
he's completely out of character, but he still seems consumed in what he's doing. He seems very, 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 very like. Okay, so when we started Doctor Strange, and when the events of Doctor Strange are happening a long time ago, when Doctor Strange happens, it's at a, I don't know when it exactly in the timeline it is, but that's the time when he was cocky. Since then, he's grown to be the Sorcerer Supreme, right? He's not that cocky anymore. He's not that person anymore. In this movie, he seems like that person again. Something's happening to him. Something's consuming him.
I wouldn't say something's consuming him. I think if anything, there's a bunch of different theories, right? It could be Loki disguised as what's up? Yeah, wait on me. Starting September 6th. But it could be Loki, right? Disguised as Dr.
Bring
Strange.
back Loki, yeah.
Loki, right, and he's trying to find Sylvie. It could be somebody put in the chat. Would be really interesting if it's Mordo
Yeah,
from
Mordo
from the in
in the first
disguise.
film. Yeah.
Right. Look, there's a theory that we're about to get introduced to evil Doctor Strange in What If. So, what if that Doctor Strange happens to switch places with the one? Look, there is a lot. All right. As we get closer, I'm sure we'll find out more. And with the What If Doctor Strange episode happening soon, I think that's going to be kind of telling.
Why does
But
everyone think that's going to be telling? That has nothing to do with the MCU.
yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't. It's alternate. They're alternate
But
stories.
the MCU is going to bring them in with the multiverse. Peggy Carter's coming to live action Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
I'm
but
telling
that
you.
doesn't necessarily mean every single story is also coming.
No, not every single. Like I don't. We're not going to see evil Hank Pym. We're not going to see all this other stuff, right? But certain things I think we are going to see, and we know Doctor Strange is the one person that's messing with time and space and reality. So it would make sense, right, to see the evil variant version of him, maybe kind of.
Oh, it could be a
flip
Skrull
it.
version and set up Secret Invasion.
Could be a scroll.
Here,
exactly.
the Drifter likes to draw, and here is his Spider-Man drawing. I really like it.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Let's get it going. Yeah, you need to add some color in there, man. But I like the built I like the built Spider-Man look. Like the he's older and more built. But yeah, I love it. I love this picture. Send it to me. I'll frame it and I'll put it in the background. We'll get it laminated and everything. And then I'll sign or send it to us. We'll all sign it and then we'll send it back and you can frame it.
There you go.
Whatever you want to do, my friend. But I like that picture a lot. I do. So
well.
Spider-Man No Way Home is, I think it's the most confusing movie besides The Flash. I mean, we got two movies. Think about this. We have two movies that are literally about to break the fabric of the universes that we've known for quite some time now, right?
Yep.
Happening at the same time. This is the best time ever to be one of us.
I agree.
A geek, a nerd. Dude, call it what you will. Marvel, DC, whatever you prefer. Star Wars, Star Trek. It is the best time to be a nerd, and we should not be doomcocking, right? We should be united, and we really should be. This is the golden age of comic book adaptations. I'm blown away.
Yes. I agree. Look, I think there's Strange likes to challenge himself. This is a very challenging spell, obviously by Wand telling him don't. He likes to go against when somebody says no, he likes to do it. But there's a couple things too, right? As excited as I all am about this, and I mentioned earlier, right? DL, shout out DL, who comes on the channel every now and again, made a great, interesting video that was kind of a. And look, I always love to hear everybody's opinions, right? And in the sea of reactions and stuff for the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, there were a lot of course, people freaking out crazy. DL had kind of a different opinion, and I absolutely loved it. Look, this is the first time that we've gotten Peter Parker on screen in high school. And for the bulk of the time that we've seen him, I do have to agree, we haven't really seen him get to be Peter Parker on his own. We've never. He's very much in the MCU. He's incredibly reliant on all the other characters on the MCU. It's not like it was before with the solo Spider-Man movies where there's Spider-Man movies.
I got you.
Now we've got he's got a Tony, he's got a Doctor Strange, he's got a Happy,
gotta become a member, Drifter, because it's gonna be a members only watch party, baby.
Right. And
we gotta do things for the members to make them
we gotta give them those exclusives.
Them exclusivos, as Dave P. By the way, sorry, Austin.
Yeah.
Confirmed. This week, Wonder Meg. Next week, Stephen Colbert. The week after that, Film Junkie. Will all be joining the podcast week after week after week. It'll all be live, and then it'll be available on all major podcast platforms. And we do have another announcement that I would like to make here as well. So our friend Austin will be getting his own show, and it is called Lean on Me. TW McKay came up with that. Came up with that name. So shout out to him. He'll have a shout out in every description on Lean on Me. Me and Austin have been putting our heads together on this and coming up with something great. It's kind of be, we have Jiving with Jack. We have Lean on Me now, which is coming. We got putting a lot of work into this. It's going to be a Monday night show. We're bringing Into the West Paul in on it.
Yep.
So as a co-host.
Yep.
And we have a lot going on. A lot going on. Everyone's doing their own thing. And we're excited to announce that Austin will be. When I found Austin, he had a podcast. And
yes.
Apple Podcasts allows to have subgenres now. So not only are we going to have a wrestling podcast, our normal podcast, but we're also going to have
the Comic Nerd Rave Cop podcast is coming back.
Making a return.
That's right. And it's going to be exclusively on the Pop Culture Corner Network, wherever that is, if it's on Apple or wherever that will be. But definitely excited to get myself and some of my local boys here back together for some fun nerdy talk when it comes with the Star Wars stuff coming, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I really look forward to all the different things that we're doing, and of course, shout out to Ty, who puts so much work and effort and time into all of this, and into making sure that we all have a place to be allowed to express ourselves creatively and do this. And so definitely, like he said, lots of stuff in the works, and we're very excited. It's definitely only going to get better. And let's see. Yes, shout out to TW. Thank you everybody for the support. I'm definitely super excited for everything, and thank you, Ty.
And check out the new dress code.
Right. Yeah. No, this is a one-night thing. I will be naked the rest of the stream. Going back to full nudity. Already, the neck is itching.
The wrestling thing is kind of like, so if you guys watched Jiving with Jack yesterday, they did a little wrestling segment. We're going to be putting that on a separate thing now. It just didn't fit quite right as a segment in Jiving with Jack. It was a little bit too long, but we think it would be way better as a podcast. So that's where it's going to go. We have so much in the works for you guys. It's not even funny. There's going to be content every single day, whether that's pre-recorded or live. It doesn't make a difference. We do it for you. We do it for the culture. So one last thing about Spider-Man, or a couple last things about Spider-Man No Way Home as we hit the 2 hour and 30 mark. By the way, I want to say shout out to the crowd tonight.
Yes.
Solid 20 to 25 people here all night. We are consistently growing. I remember when I used to do live streams with 2 people watching, just me and 2 people. That was great. Now we're moving up. We have a solid group of guys and girls in the chat. Guys, you are amazing. You guys make this possible every single day. So give me your theories on Spider-Man No Way Home in the chat. Will this movie break the MCU open into the multiverse? And then that way, what are we getting into the Spider-Verse or what?
I think so, man. Kevin Feige, like I said earlier, and we talked about earlier with the Fox version, how they're going to do. Oh, yes, we love Matt Jarbo.
And that's another one I always
Lots of Matt Jarbo stuff is coming your way as well, especially with Ty and Matt. There may be something in the works there.
Yep.
But look, I think there's a lot of opportunity here, right? And I think Kevin Feige sees it. You have the Sony characters, you have the Fox characters that he can now pull from and play with. And I think he's definitely going to use that to his advantage. I really think that No Way Home is going to be the movie that gets everybody prepared and understanding what this next phase is going to be about.
Like. Yeah, it's going to be like
exactly. Yes,
I really do think it's going to break I think it's going to break the doors off of what we perceive as a Marvel movie.
Absolutely.
Right? Things are going to be changing. Things are going to be opening up. The doors are going to be constantly opening, right? And trust me, at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, you will not have any resolution. I don't think that there will be any resolution at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home. I think we're going to be left with a giant cliffhanger that will move into Doctor Strange
Abs-
2.
Absolutely.
So
now here's a big one.
um,
Do you think Scarlet Witch, or we'll get a little Scarlet Witch appearance in No Way Home?
potentially in the post-credit scene.
Okay.
Yeah, potentially in the post-credit scene. That's my opinion. I mean, that's
Gavin
my
says
thought.
Gavin says he thinks No Way Home might make $1 billion. I think it just depends.
Actually, guys,
obviously,
Austin and I have a friendly gentleman's bet. It's actually
Oh,
not a
yeah.
gentleman's bet technically because we are betting money, but it is a gentleman's bet. We are betting audience score so he's got No Way Home, I've got The Flash, and whichever one has a better audience score on Rotten Tomatoes will win $100. So I need all of you in the chat to just go to The Flash and rate it as a 10-star
no.
automatically. Let's get it there. We have to review bomb this Flash movie,
Oh my
as a
gosh.
great movie,
You
so I can
Snyder
win that
fans and your
$100.
review bombing. Just absolutely love your review bombing.
I need my Snyder clan to
you
review
need your
bomb the Flash.
Snyder toxicity is what you need. You sick. No.
But guys, that's all the time that we have for you today. I think so, right?
Amen. I think so. I think we covered everything. It was it was a lot.
2 hours and 33 minutes, man.
It was
all right, guys.
It was a lot.
Yeah. All right. Guys, thank you so much for everything that you do. By the way, there's a reason that I titled tonight's show episode 1 The Revamp, because not only is the MCU and DCU revamping what they're doing, but the Pop Culture Corner is revamping what we're doing. I commit to you to be more consistent, to deliver you content every single day, and to be your friend, your ally, and your bringer of news, the watcher of the Pop Culture Corner stuff. Just kidding. No. Thank you so much for that was super stupid. That was so stupid. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been such a fun ride, guys. This week has been crazy good. We brought a lot of news to you tonight, but there are things that we left out. So a pre-recorded video is coming soon on the rest of the topics, including Avatar and the DC TV shows, because there's a lot to talk about there. We definitely didn't. It took us two and a half hours to talk about these 18 topics. It's going to take us another 2.5 hours to talk about those topics. So that'll be coming to you soon. Very, very, very soon. DC shows like Titans. We have Doom Patrol coming up. We'll be seeing that early, thanks to GWW. Thank you so much to Casey for being the best editor-in-chief possible. And head over to gww.com. Our podcast is hosted over there as well. Make sure to like this video, share it on social media so your friends, family, and enemies can take a ride with you. All right? And if it was your first time here at the Pop Culture Corner, we welcome you. This is how it is here. We're a family. We're a family of pop culture nerds. And please be respectful in the chat. We love you all, and we will see you next time.